BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat, written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
Oh, what's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, April 8th, 2024. And this is episode number 773. Barry on Deck. Hello, hey, welcome to the program. Hi, how are you? I salute you. Welcome to the show. Happy Eclipse Day. Yay, it's finally here and gone, and we can stop talking about this stupid ass eclipse. I know I'm a bum. I'm a party pooper. Why you checking? I guess I'm just sick of hearing it. It's kind of stupid. I mean, really. It's amazing to me. What's up, MF Edits? MF Edits said I'm in South Jersey and the view sucks. Dude. Look, I'm gonna literally I'm gonna show you my phone. Look, I'm gonna walk out. Okay, like I have the show up because I have to make sure like it starts and the sound is good. Hey, thank you for the follow. GFX Samantha, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. But look, so you can see like I always make sure like the sound works. See, okay, so sound is good. I'm going to literally get up right now. I'm going to walk outside. I am going to take a photo. I'm going to take a photo of what it looks like in the sky. Just, you watch this bullshit. Just watch this goddamn bullshit. Son of a bitch. How the hell am I supposed to see an eclipse with this bullshit sky? How am I supposed to see an eclipse with that bullshit sky? It's bullshit. So yeah, screw this stupid ass eclipse. I didn't get to see nothing. Not a damn thing. That's two different angles of the sky. Look at it. You look at it. Look at it. MF Edit said that's legit the sky I see. Yeah, it's dreary. It's been raining all day. And I don't care. And everyone else that actually saw the eclipse can suck it. I'm going to say this. And you guys can, people always say, oh, you're a party pooper. You're an old man. You're a grumpy grow. Whatever. Okay? Whatever. But I think the hype around this was stupid as shit. Can I just be on record as saying it? Mark it, book it. I don't care. The hype around this eclipse was really, really stupid. Well, why do you say that, Barry? People flew in from all over the country to the hill country in Texas to watch the moon go in front of the sun for 4 minutes. I want you to think about that for a second. People took thousands of dollars, okay? They invested thousands of dollars in travel cost. airplanes, hotels, meals, gas, time, vacation, money they missed from work. And they came to this godforsaken state. And by the way, joke's on you. Did you even bother to check a weather forecast, morons? I saw your little news hit there, Franklin and Susan, you dumbasses. Well, we're in from Spokane, Washington, and we just hope the weather cooperates. Well, I don't know. Maybe check a forecast, Susan, you dumbass. So here they come, the little trollops coming down to Texas. The whole trip probably cost them $2,000. And they get here. Well, it's cloudy. Yeah, stupid ass. By the way, and then look, here's the deal. Okay, I know, I get it. I know. You guys will be like, oh, but the eclipse, it's a once in a lifetime thing. No, it's not, dumbass. No, it's not. No, it's not. There was one last year. There was one in 2017. What are you talking about? Once in a lifetime. There's been 3 since 2017. Get out of here. Well, yeah, but there's not one that came over and, okay, well, 2017, you could have traveled to some other part. I don't know. I feel like I'm yelling at clouds right now, and literally I am yelling at clouds this morning. I want to see the eclipse, you sons of bitch clouds. Literally was yelling at clouds. Literally, I'm out there yelling at clouds. People, that's a good point, FJ. People are making fucking eclipse merch, and people are buying it. Jesus Christ. It's so stupid. So stupid. And look, I get it. Like, Nora bought some Eclipse glasses, which I was like, okay, not you too. Really? You're getting caught up in it? She's like, isn't it neat? And I love space. You guys know. I love space. I think space is fucking awesome. Space is so cool, man. It's big. Like your mom's gap. All right. Now, that was just a general. That was not at anybody's mom. That was just like a general shot at moms. Nobody's mom's gap in particular. Okay. But like, space is awesome. I love space. But this is just kind of like, it's cool. Like, if you get to go outside and you see it. But I didn't get to see it. I mean, I showed you guys. I just showed you what it looks like at Casa del Laminac right now. This is what it was like. And I looked it up on the little NASA. We're tracking the goddamn eclipse like it's Santa Claus, which is just a whole other thing. We set up whole trackers for a goddamn man that doesn't exist. At least the sun and the moon are real. We're tracking that. Don't get me started. I'm in one of those moods. Anyways, I don't know. It was just all kind of stupid. Then I missed it. And do you know how sad I am? Like, not a bit. Not a single solitary bit. It's whatever. So, anyways. Hey, welcome to the show. We got a fantastic show planned for you today, everybody. Go. All right. Sorry about that. KB Holmes, did the show start early today? Well, I mean, if you consider 2:07 early. What's up, Uriel? Good to see you, buddy. Uriel, AJB, and Rudy Rod over there on the YouTubes. What's up, fellas? Thank you for showing up on the tubes. We got, let's see. Oh, MF Edits is on the tubes as well. What's good to you, buddy? And then who else is over there on the tubes? That's what I got over there. And then what's up to everybody on the Twitches? GFX Samantha is newest on the Twitches. Hey, Jared Taylor. Thank you for the resub, sir. Jared Taylor resubscribed for 26 months. He said, what's up? Our baby is finally getting off the insurance. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Let's see. What's up, you dirty deckheads? What's up, Alan Denson, FJ, Ian, Keith Sager? What's up, big dog? D-Models in the building. Cisco. Hey, man, I really appreciate your shout out this weekend, Cisco. That was very kind of you. He said, hi from I. Good thing for the cloud coverage. They're saying that where you can see the eclipse clearly makes you want to swallow dicks. Lots of them. I'm looking at you, Total Dallas. Afternoon survivors of the eclipse. We made it. However, many did perish. Mainly the flat earthers. Probably true. Probably very true. What's up, Flip? Well, Ian said, oh, my son, Virginia going dark. Uh-oh. Whoa. What's up, Nick? Who else made it? Jen. Hey, sweetie, how are you? Alex, hi from soon to be MFN Evadale. I don't even know where that is. That sounds like a place in Texas from the I don't know, the Lord of the Rings era. I live in Evadale, Riverdale. Who else is here? Alex, what's up? B. Hannon, how are you, buddy? Demona, Jennifer is sick of hearing it too. I think Jennifer hates the whole eclipse thing. It's because the earth is flat. Shut up, Alex. The earth, or truck driver Pookie. The earth is not flat. What's up, Jared Taylor? Who else? Uriel, what's up, big dog? Good to see you. Truck driver Pookie said they said this was a 1 in 100 years, and it looked exactly like that one 5 months ago. I know. Mark said, hey, traffic was nice this morning. Thank you, Eclipse. What's crazy is I saw some places, which I don't want to knock it because I think it's cool that they did it, but some places like shut down for the day. Just let their employees stay home to look at the eclipse. Okay. Okay. Mark said I'm starting to think Sean hates stuff is Barry's alternate account. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Hello, my sweet, sweet Donna. Shock said, hey, what's up, Shock? The TV shots of the totality were fake. Just pics of Barry's colonoscopy again. Kiss my ass. Donna said, I've been following its path on ABC. It's really cool at the places that experienced a totality. Okay. I see more shit in VR than I saw today. I saw it. The clouds broke to see it. It was cool to me, says Nick. Cece said, it really is, Donna. I thought it was great here, too. All right. Sean said, couldn't see shit. Hated it. Thank you. John Dorier, wait a minute. Santa ain't real? Spoiler alert. Aaron, hey, what's up, AJB? He said, we 8 deep on the tubes. My bad. Hey, what's up, Titan Hugo? Good to see you, pimpin'. D-Mata said, you're full of shit, Barry. Santa is real. Oh, my bad, pimp. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. Hey, what's up, DJ Matty? Oh, look who decided to grace us with his presence. Good to see you, homie. Let's see. What is this? Tony, Dez, and Bob went to where it was. Oh. Evadale. Why would you go there? I don't know what that is. Mark Barry hates my opinion. Okay. Nope. Okay. Let's see. All right. No, here's what I hate about the eclipse. Okay. I just hate all the hype. Like it's, I just think it's overhyped. That's all. That's all. I just think it's a way overhyped thing. Is it cool? Yeah, sure. It's cool. I just feel like the buildup to it and people traveling from Spokane, Washington. What are we doing? Do you understand how much it would cost to travel from Spokane, Washington? That just seems silly to me. I'm sorry. That just seems silly to me. So, yes, I think that's stupid. If you live here, if you're Cece, if you're Donna, and you wanted to watch that, cool. Great. No problem. Glad you enjoyed it. I didn't get to. Why are you traveling from Spokane to see us anyways? Why care what people do? Who cares? I can have an opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I think it's stupid you would spend that much money to see a 4-minute eclipse. Sorry. And these would be the same people that be like, oh man, I had to pay a lot in taxes. Well, maybe if you just spend $5,000 on an Eclipse vacation, wouldn't be killing you. Zizi said, Sean, come get your brother. Tony, I don't even know what that means. I got to look up that word. Could you please not use big words in the chat? Huh? I don't even know what that means. I got to Google that whole big ass word. Austere? Austere. Severe or restricted manner, attitude or appearance. Okay. I don't know. Having an extremely plain and simple or style or appearance. Okay. Whatever. Okay, fancy pants. Let's just calm down. All right. Let's get back to the show. Cool show planned for you today. So as you guys know, I've been trying to get more guests in. We've got a couple of guests for you planned today, but we're kind of flipping the script on a normal Monday. Normally, I'm joined by Jenny's mom at 3:15. Well, that's not going to happen, but she's still joining the show. Jenny's mom, yo! DJ Matty, thank you for the 45 biddies, my friend. Much appreciated. Alec! Thank you for the 2 bits, sir. Much appreciated, my friend. Jenny's mom is going to join the show, but it will not be at 3:15 today. She will be in at 4 o'clock. So stick around for that. Amos says, gets back on the Diet Cokes and turned into Sean. Okay. I mean, yeah. I still have the water bottle, but I admit I haven't been drinking water like I should. And also, it's really been jacking up my stomach, so I need to get back to it. Jenny's mom's going to join the show today at 4 o'clock, not 3:15. And the reason for that is joining me at 3 o'clock in about 30 minutes, AJ Hoffman. AJ Hoffman going to be on the show, going to be talking about tonight's national championship game. Going to talk a little Final Four, and then we're going to talk some Natty championship game tonight going down. What the fuck, man? So, look forward to that. AJ Hoffman at 3 o'clock live from Vegas. Going to get his insight. And, yeah. So, we'll break that down. He'll give us his thoughts. Oh, look at the total has dipped a little bit since I made my little info. Okay. Oh, that was what it opened at. Okay, well, I screwed that up. I guess I'll have to remake that one. So yeah, we'll get into that. AJ Hoffman going to be here at 3 o'clock. Jenny's mom going to join at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, we got some other stuff. We'll talk a little women's national title game. South Carolina rolls to a completely undefeated season. So we've got some news about that. And he killed 97.5. Sure you want any more? Yes, Sean, I do. So we'll get to that. We'll get to the women's game. And we'll have a lot of other stuff to discuss and cover. But before we get to that, and we got a birthday today. We got a birthday, so we got to get to that also. But before we get to that, we always start with our sports headlines. Got a couple of those, so let's get to it. Here are your sports headlines for the day. Sports headlines for the day brought to you by... Just kidding. We don't have any sponsors on this damn show. We don't have any. Wouldn't that be great, though, if I could say that? Sports headlines today brought to you by... Who would be a good sponsor of the sports headlines? Sports headlines... Brought to you by Tom's. Boy, they make a great slipper. Oh, what the hell is that? What, a Band-Aid on my slipper? What the fuck? Did I step in a Band-Aid? Huh. I'll be damned. Sports headlines brought to you by Diet Coke. Yeah, no, that's a good one. Yeah. Prize Picks. They seem to sponsor everything, don't they? Kleenex. Oh, after my Eclipse crying. Hey, Tony. How about... Ian already told us about Calipari ketchup. Yeah, I know. I kind of want to ban Ian from the show. I really do. He ruins the goddamn headlines every day. I kind of ignore Ian. I kind of want to ban him from the show. Simply because he comes in and he rattles off 8,000 headlines. And it's like, Jesus Christ, Ian. Why? Why do you do this to me? Oh, God. Anyways, John Calipari finalizing a deal with Arkansas, leaving Kentucky for greener pastures. I don't know if it's that. It's really what he's doing is he's leaving for less pressure. That's the thing. He's leaving for less pressure because and then leaves. Yeah, that's the thing, Donna. Ian comes in, rattles off a bunch of goddamn headlines from ESPN, which is, by the way, the same place that I get my headlines, and then he leaves. It's like, what the fuck, Ian? Here, let me give you an example of what Ian does. Ian comes in and goes, John Calipari's leaving. The NAIA bans trans athletes from women's sports. Calipari's finalizing a deal with Arkansas. Bradshaw to the portal. First move since Calipari left. Bieber emotional discussing season-ending injury. The fuck we doing, Ian? What are we doing, bro? We just out to ruin the show? Just out to just stealing my shine? Taking my spotlight, Ian? What is this, Ian on deck? Don't hit me with that emoji. That's a good question, Nick. Nick Gamboa said, who's up for the Kentucky job now? That was actually listed in, because, I'm such a college basketball expert. And actually, we'll break it up with AJ when he joins us. But they talked a little bit about it in the article. But first of all, John Calipari leaving because Kentucky bounced, twice in the last 2 years. This year was Oakland, I believe, that bounced them from the playoffs. What was this? Hey, Homo Ashes fan, thank you for the 100 bits, buddy. Alec, by the way, thank you for the 2 bits. And he said, Barry's my goat. I appreciate you, homie. Much appreciated. Cece, did I miss Niagara Falls? What? Alex said also this solar eclipse hype and only certain states were able to see it. Yeah. Exactly, Alec. Exactly. But I'm the hater. Let me pull up the list. Let's see. Calipari's contract is expected to have an overall base salary of slightly less than $8.5 million. He's making a Kentucky. Deal is expected to be incentive laden. Calipari is set to replace Musselman, who left for USC. Following the first round defeat at Oakland. Yeah, one of the biggest names in college sports. Calipari, blah, blah, blah. Dude. Where was it? There was... shit, I thought I had an article, but I guess I don't. That's a good question then. Shit. Well, we'll ask AJ when he gets here at 3. Because, yeah, I have no idea. Philip Barnhart, thank you for the 200 bits, buddy. Philip said, afternoon fams, just got updated on the COVID shots. It's time to lurk and drive home. Oh, well done, buddy. Well done. Perry, it was cloudy as F today. I barely saw the eclipse here in Baytown. Yeah, well, join the crowd. It's cloudy everywhere. I think it's interesting that I don't think it's interesting Calipari left, by the way. I think it's interesting that the deal is incentive laden. I think what that shows is not like how the mighty have fallen necessarily, but I think that the pressure in Kentucky was so big and him falling out of favor so quickly as it was kind of like, hey, we'll give you the opportunity, but you're going to have to prove yourself again. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he got the deal or got a deal, but it does surprise me a little bit that he made the move without, I guess, being let go unless there was talks behind the scenes. Because I mean, you don't leave a gig like Kentucky unless you're forced out. So maybe he was going to be. I don't know. But that was a shocking move for a lot of folks that are big into college basketball. Certainly not me, but let's see. Let me see. That's a video. Potential. Here we go. That's a video. Damn it. I wanted to see Calipari replacements. We'll see if AJ has any idea. Who knows? No speculation about Calipari's job. That the athletic director, Mitch Barnhart, confirming Calipari would return to the Wildcat head coach next season. Kentucky would have owed him $33 million if it were to fire him. Okay. Well, all right. So that's one. The other one, interesting headline here. Oh, shit. Oh, close. I was like, damn it, we are? Yeah, we're close. The South Carolina-Iowa women's game, national championship game, eclipsed women's betting marks for women's college basketball. And really, it wasn't even close. Let me get to it. I had all this shit open on my laptop, and I don't know why. First of all, I opened it on my laptop and not here. Women's college basketball. It says Sunday's game between Iowa and South Carolina was the most bet women's college basketball game of all time at multiple major sports books, including ESPN Bet, Caesars, BetMGM, DraftKings, and FanDuel, with the latter three confirming that it was also their most bet women's sporting event of all time. It stands to reason. I think that the encouraging thing is when you start to see big money come in on some of these events, like when you start to see big money come in on a sporting event, and I don't mean, I think that this might be taken the wrong way, and I don't mean for it to sound perhaps the way some people might take it. But when big money starts to come in on these types of events, it really does legitimize the event in the eyes of people who maybe don't give the event a chance, if that makes sense. So, like, you know, you and I and a lot of people that kind of follow sports and know sports understand how big this game is, how big the women's tournament has been, how it's outshined the men's tournament, whatever word I'm supposed to use there. But when you start to see a ton of money starting to be bet, that's when you go, okay, now it's because, yeah, money's always going to be bet by a ton of degenerates that are just looking to gamble on anything. But in order to be record breaking, you've got to go out and get the casual guy. You got to go out and just get the average Joe who's like, So that's when it starts to really kind of permeate into the average sports fan. And again, it starts to become a really big deal. So, it's good. It's great, as a matter of fact. And I didn't see the numbers. FanDuel notes the 2024 title game saw a 155% increase in handle and a 205% increase in ticket count. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. And it says, we handled a limited amount of women's games in the past. There wasn't a lot of interest because the games weren't being shown. This year, you could have watched many games on national TV, and there were great players this year. Caitlin Clark being probably the number one focus, but there were more players besides her. So, big deal. I mean, it was a big deal across the board. So, really cool. Really cool. And, yeah, I mean, dude, the women's tournament, FJ said, watched about 30 minutes. Hate the way the game became political and racial. Couldn't enjoy it. What do you mean? I mean, I didn't watch it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't watch it. But what do you mean became political and racial? Don't know what you mean. I will say this. I saw something Dawn Staley post game, which I thought was really classy. And I didn't get a chance to download it and show you guys, and I probably should have. But she took to the mic after. And again, congratulations to the South Carolina Gamecocks. They beat Iowa 87-75, ended the season 38-0. They join UConn, who did it 6 times. Baylor, Tennessee, and Texas as the only programs to achieve an undefeated season. That's crazy, though. UConn doing it 6 times. There was a time, man, when UConn was just a ridiculous powerhouse in women's college basketball. That was I think the Rebecca Lobo era, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, UConn, Baylor, UConn 6 times, Baylor 2011, 2012, which I want to say was the Brittany Griner season. Tennessee 97, 98, Texas 85, 86, and then this season South Carolina. So yeah, but Dawn Staley took to the mic and said, "Hey, I want to congratulate Iowa and Caitlin Clark, and I want to thank her for her contributions to the game and to what she's done for our sport." And basically said, she's done a ton for our sport. She's done a ton for the game, and she's done a lot for us. And what I look forward to what she's gonna do even more on the next level when she goes number 1 to the WNBA, and she's gonna continue to do big things at that level. So, but I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody like AJB, I know a couple of you watch the game. I know AJB watches it. He said the women's tournament was better than the men's again this year. AJB, you watch it a lot, right? By the way, AJB over there on the YouTubes, you watch it a lot. Was it Aaliyah Boston that was the one that was covering Caitlin Clark most of the tourney? Oh yeah, former comment Dawn Staley, yeah. Oh yeah, it was a very classy remarks. Jody, very classy. But AJB, was it Aaliyah Boston that was covering Caitlin Clark? Because there was a highlight video that somebody posted, and she was giving her fits. All right, make no mistake about it. She was giving her fits, and Clark had 30 points. She was 5 of 13 from 3. She had 4 turnovers, though. She had 3 personal fouls, but I think the 4 turnovers were kind of uncharacteristic. And if it was who I said, and I think that's who it was. I could be wrong. But whoever it was, South Carolina put somebody on Clark that was just absolutely giving her fits. And it kind of showed me something, right? Because it was Raven Johnson. Okay. It was Raven Johnson. So Raven Johnson, that's who it was. Appreciate you, AJ. I knew he would know. Raven Johnson. Okay. So Raven Johnson was it. She was giving Caitlin Clark fits. And I just saw the highlight because somebody was like, yo, whoever it was giving her fits. And if you watch it, what it did is it made me kind of think it's going to be interesting to see Caitlin Clark's kind of first year in the WNBA at the next level. I saw another WNBA player talking about her first season in the league. And she was like, I was trash. She was like, I was awful because the adjustment to the league, it was so difficult. It was like, she said it was night and day. And it's what most players say, they're faster. They close out faster. They're stronger. She was like, yeah, I was trash. So I suspect we're going to see some of that with Caitlin Clark. I suspect she's probably going to get bullied a little bit just because of the hype and the hoopla that's going to follow her to the league. I think a lot of players are going to want to prove a point. And She might get bullied a little bit. I think she's going to be ready for that. But she was pestered, to say the least. And she got a little rattled. You know, she committed a couple of turnovers where she looked shook a little bit. Now, that was just those plays, but some of them were towards the end of the half. Some of them were kind of big. Some of them led to some big points. And, yeah, I mean, it to me, it showed that, hey, you know, if you get into her kitchen a little bit, I mean, she still went for 30. So it's not like, you know, they shut her down and held her to 7 points or anything like that. But she went for 30, shooting 28 shots. And that's a big deal. She went 10 for 28. So she had to get her 30 on 28 shots. That's not efficient. So that speaks volumes to the defense that South Carolina played, and they had her working and they had her busy. So props to South Carolina, 38-0. Iowa finishes 34-5 on the season. And yeah, look for Caitlin Clark. She'll be easily the number one pick in the WNBA draft. So Caitlin Clark disrespected her last season, so she had to get her back. Well, she did. Apparently, she did. Boston is going to second year of the WNBA. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry I'm late. Almost got eclipsed by another car in the parking lot. All right, coming up in about 10 minutes, AJ Hoffman going to join us, so we'll talk to him. I'll ask him about Calipari and who he thinks might be taking over in Kentucky, if he has any say on that. Let's see. What is this? What is it, 773? Is that what show we're on? I'm writing that down so I can ask him. So we'll do that. That's my little note there. Yeah, Allen said it was a very good game. Yeah, see, I don't watch. Again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I do. But like when I see those clips and stuff like that, I'll watch. I'll check it out. I'll look. But it was cool. I thought Dawn Staley was really classy in victory and the things that she said about Caitlin Clark, and that was really cool. So, anyways, what does that say? I get it, TD. Perry. Alex, are you timing him out? And you're done. All right. Let's see. Let's just move on. We'll just pretend. Yeah, don't encourage him. Don't encourage him, Perry, for the love of God. And I had to warn AJ, too. Oh, now the sun wants to come out? Yeah. Is it out now? Probably. Yeah, I had to warn AJ. I was like, it's going to be raining over here because it rained most of the morning. So I was like, if you try to connect to the show and you can't, I probably lost power. Just FYI. He goes, what? I was like, oh, yeah. I lose power all the time when it rains. He goes, ooh, that's tough. But real quick, while we're waiting on him, because we got about 8 minutes left. So that was your sports headlines for the day, brought to you by Tom's Slippers. Tom's Slippers. I love being in Tom. They said the economy of the Eclipse. This was on my, I do the little, I get the, what's it called? Morning brew. You guys get that? Anybody get the morning brew? What's it called? Morning brew newsletter, email newsletter. Thank you, B-Head. You like that swagger? Yeah. Hadn't done a shoe check in a hot minute. It's that swagger. I wear those slippers every goddamn sports headlines. Brought to you by AT&T. Thank God I have internet. AT&T. Sometimes it works. I'm trying to think, like, who have I not shit on? So I was talking to Kim Davis, who I'm trying to get on this show, by the way. Kim Davis is awesome. And we were doing the Isaiah Factor last week. She was like, do you have any,
middle
bye, Total
finger.
Dallas. I knew it. Didn't even have to look. Bye, Total Dallas. See you, buddy. Bye-bye. I was talking to Kim Davis. She goes, do you have any sponsors on your show? I was like, I did. She goes, you did? What happened? I was like, I stopped asking. She goes, you don't ask? I was like, not really. I guess not. No, I don't pursue them, I guess. She goes, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, I guess I should. All right. But check this out. This was kind of crazy. This was in the Morning Brew email newsletter thing. Business is looking up. Get it? Looking up. Ugh. Business is looking up for today's eclipse. It talks about how much money the eclipse has contributed to the economy. Oh my God, y'all. By the way, yes, Donna has been absolutely murking Total Dallas on his dad jokes. He'll throw one out and she'll have the answer for it. It's hilarious. Oh my God, I love it. It's so great. So great. But this says America is treating the eclipse like a YOLO moment. It's projected to deliver $6 billion to the U.S. economy. What? Which is not far off from the combined impact of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour and the Super Bowl. Which, by the way, can we just discuss that Taylor Swift contributed $5.7 billion to the U.S. economy on her own? That is insane. We're just going to pretend like that's not something special? Shit. But yeah, it even says right here, millions are making a vacation of it, and they're shelling out for flights and hotels and tickets and viewing parties along the path. It's crazy. Caesar, can we discuss the amount of Taylor Swift items in Jared's home? Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I need more Taylor Swift stuff. I have very little in the way of Taylor Swift materials, and I need more. I really do. I need more. It pays to be white. No, Flip, that's not why. Indianapolis is preparing for 500,000 visitors. Niagara Falls expecting up to 1 million. It's crazy. Crazy. Scientists are amped. They're gathering data about solar systems as well as observing animal behavior. Did you know that helium was discovered during the 1868 eclipse? Oh, I'll be damned. Oh, look at Jared. Wow. CC outing me like that. I mean, Jared, let's be real, bro. We all know you love Taylor Swift. That's not a shock to anybody. What are we talking about, bro? We know you're a Swiftie. Like a diehard Swiftie. Did I look stunned? Did I be like, oh, what? CC, do tell? Not at all. Not in the least bit. So yes, even though I think it's stupid, even though I think it's dumb, the eclipse generated $6 million for the economy. $6 million. It's crazy. You got morons hopping flights, traveling cross country for a 4-minute event. I mean, think about that. You spend $6,000 for a 4-minute event. That's like you're going to buy a plane ticket. I mean, a 4-minute event. That would be like me buying a plane ticket. Yeah, with a B, billion. 6 billion. What did I say? Million? 6 billion. But that's like that 4-minute event. That's like me buying a plane ticket, several $100s, getting a hotel, several $100s, renting a car, which now several $100, food, all that shit just to have sex. A 4-minute event. It is ridiculous. Stupid. Just the stupidest idea in the world. I don't know, but damn, Taylor Swift, 5.7 billion. And the Eclipse was 6. So $6K for 4 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Jared Taylor. Exactly. All right, I promised you a guest at 3 o'clock. And by God, I deliver. Now, I'm going to prepare him because I'm going to basically tell you guys. What'd you say? I told you Dez and Bob went. What? I don't even know what that means. All right, so normally we have Jenny's mom joining the show at 3:15. We're moving mom back to 4 o'clock because I wanted to get in some national championship talk. Also, I want to ask him, and, Nick had asked earlier, who do we think is going to be the new coach at Kentucky now that Calipari is moving on to Arkansas? I don't fucking know, bro. I don't watch no damn college basketball, but I know somebody that does, and maybe, just maybe, he can help us figure that out. I don't know. I might be putting him on the spot. He may have some shit prepared. This is me actually just warning him in case he doesn't. I'm giving him a chance to Google some shit. He doesn't need to Google this, y'all. He's a goddamn expert, and he's here now to talk with us. Joining me on the program right now, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hoffman, all the way from Vegas. What's up, homie? How you doing, man?
What's up, brother? Yeah, it's a big day for me. It's all coming to an end, which I can't say that I'm all that upset about.
I got to tell you, dude, watching you on X, where you're like, hey, if you tell me and you bitch and complain on the days that I lose and you don't say shit on the days we win, don't tell me. Don't follow me. I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear about it.
And I like how you're like, if you don't have enough money to fade the bad bets, then what? Don't bet. Like
if you can't afford to lose like 2 or 3 days in a row, like you probably shouldn't be betting money. I'm literally on the college basketball season. I'm up like 75 units on the year, which is like a crazy number. Yeah. And so like when I have a bad day and people are like, "Oh, you're a fucking fraud," and I'm like, Jesus, man, like. Imagine if I could win literally every day. I wouldn't give anybody my picks. I would tell you all to eat a dick, and I would just live on an island somewhere by myself, away from everyone. I wouldn't even do your podcast if I had all.
Hell no, you'd just be making bets and making millions. Like, you wouldn't. Yeah, like people don't realize, and I try to explain that when I do my little NFL bets and shit like that. But because I'll have, I got my little formulas and shit. And some years I was hitting like 62%. And that was like, I was picking every game and I was picking all the over-unders, and some of my shit, for the year, I was at like, I think 1 year I hit like 62% or something. I was like, y'all don't understand how fucking good that is. That's like, if you hit 54%, incredible. That's insane. So yeah, people just don't understand how hard this is. And I think, what is it like, if you're making money at what, 53 is making money?
Yeah, 53.6, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So anything above that, you're doing great. So what are you at? Do you know what you're at for the year?
College basketball this season, I'm like 56%, something like that.
You're killing it, dude. That is insanely good.
NFL, I was at 56%. College football, I was at 56%. But I'm a fraud. Like,
That is see, that's what's crazy, bro. They don't understand going from 53 to 56% is insanely good. That's wild, dude. Well, congrats to you for killing it, man. Year. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Final Four. Thoughts on the games we got. Well, first of all, did we get the best 4 teams? I dare I say NC State. NC State was the Cinderella team, right?
People were so upset with me because I kept saying NC State's not good. Like, bad teams win 4 games in a row sometimes. It happens. But the truth is, if Purdue played North Carolina State at the end of the regular season, the line would have been Purdue minus 20. Minus 20. And because NC State won the ACC, remember, because they weren't going to be an NCAA tournament team if they didn't win the ACC. So they won the ACC, won 5 games in 5 days. Impressive. And then they won 4 NCAA tournament games. And then it was like, well, now NC State's, they're plus 12 and a half now. Not 20 anymore. It's 12 and a half now. It's like, well, wait a minute. Purdue's won all these games to get here too. Like they're blowing everybody out. How Purdue just beat Tennessee, who's better than anybody, North Carolina State's played. It's like, we're going to make it 12.5. I didn't understand it. I said it, didn't understand it, but people were like, you're never going to give them credit. What do they have to do to get credit? If they win the championship, are they going to be a bad champion? I said, yeah. They played 30-something games in the regular season that showed what they were. Now we're looking at like a little quick 4-game run, and like I'm supposed to just change my mind about everything. That's nonsense. You can't do it. So you're going to see teams go on runs. NC State, I mean, God bless them. It was a fun run. They've got a fat guy. Everybody loves that. It's a great story for people. But I was like, what do you think it's going to look like when that 6'9" fat guy is trying to body up Zach Edey, who's a literal giant? And I said, and it looked exactly what I said it was going to look like. He had like 8 points. It's like suddenly he's no good. What happened to him? He was so good all this time going against other 6'9" guys.
Exactly.
Now there's a giant, and it's way more difficult for some reason. Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's what makes this matchup, the finals matchup, so cool is we've got two giants. This is the first time in the history of the NCAA tournament that the championship games featured two 7'2" or bigger, guys, at least starters. I'm sure there's been some scrubs on some teams, but like a battle of big men like this in the national title game just doesn't happen. And I was a Houston guy all year long. I kept saying Houston was just as good as these other teams. You can't lose Jamal Shedd and expect to win a title. But so if you take him out of the equation, these were by far the two best teams all season long. And so however it took us to get here, whatever kind of nonsense we had to have with North Carolina State and even Alabama, who wasn't that good either. We got what I wanted at the end, which was a good matchup. And I'm all for Cinderellas on like day 1, day 2, but by the time we get here, I'm done with that nonsense. I want the best teams, and I think that's what we've got. I
mean, Fat Dude was playing basketball, like you said, is a great story. But don't fat boy up my national title. Like,
did you see the girl that plays? I don't remember what team she's on. There's a girl. She's named after a car, which is like the best part.
Yes,
her name's Audi. And it's like, I forget which team she's on, but I saw her play a couple games. I was like, oh my God, she's my favorite college basketball player because she's a
tank
of a woman.
Yes, she's a tank. She got like a 1-inch vertical. Oh, bro.
Doesn't matter.
It's fantastic.
The worst is the game that she lost. She fell down like 6 times in the game. So she's like all the highlights were her flopping around on the ground. I was like, oh, they did this on purpose. They did this bitch wrong.
It's like, big girl, you can't be that soft. You can't. Audi Ray Crooks, Iowa State. Yes, Wags. Thank you. Wags knows. Hey, by the way, let me just say real quick, thank you to my boy Bash. Keeps raiding in with his community. Hey, Wags, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for bringing the community in. I got my boy AJ Hoffman all the way from Vegas. We're talking national title game. By the way, AJ, tell the people where they can follow you for all the Raiders coming in and everybody that's here. Tell them what you do and tell them where they can follow you before we continue.
I'm pregame.com. It's where I've been out there for almost 3 years now. Do a podcast called Straight Out of Vegas AM. You can find it wherever you find podcasts every day, SOV AM or Straight Out of Vegas AM. And it's on Monday through Friday. It drops at 6 o'clock Central Time, so it's out pretty early. 4 o'clock Central Time. Sorry, 4 a.m. because I release at 2 a.m. my time. So it's a lot of late nights, but hopefully if you're into sports betting, and I mean I know it's illegal in Texas, obviously, when we wouldn't commit crime. But anybody who legally bets outside of Texas, it's a good little primer to your day.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you like sports and wagering and making money legally, check it out. All right, now I want to go back to something you said. 2 7-footers, and somebody put in the chat last time we had 2 7-footers. Wag said was Akeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing. That might be true, but you always hear
it is. That's the only other time in history there's been 7-footers. This is the only time there's been 2 guys that were 7'2" or bigger.
Yeah,
but so there's been twice in history that there's been 7-footers in the championship.
Well, let me ask you this: you always hear when you get to the tourney. It's a guard. It's a guard. This is the time for guards to shine, right? If you don't have good guard play in the tourney, you're probably not going to make it that far. So I guess, I mean, I know you're not a psychic and you can't predict, but how would Houston, all things considered, with Shed not getting injured, would we be looking at U of H in the finals? I mean, obviously 2 7-footers making it, that's not guard play necessarily. How would they have fared against teams with a big man?
It's hard to say how they would have done against an Edey or a Klingon, but that's I mean, I wanted that Purdue Houston matchup so badly, like, because I wanted to see how it would work out, because listen, Zach Edey is he's a problem for everybody, and Houston doesn't have like a real body to slow him down. But they are very physical, and they do make it hard to get the ball in to bigs. They did it with Hunter Dickinson of Kansas. Like they can make things ugly. I thought Houston had what it took to get there. I thought that Houston, in my opinion, was the toughest quick game. Like if you had to play them like on the day 2 of the weekend, like if you played them Friday and then or you didn't play them Friday, but you had to play them on Sunday, so you had one day of turnaround, I feel like they're the hardest prep in the country, because the X's and O's, like, you can study that shit all you want, but they're going to hit you in the face.
Yeah.
And if you especially if you had a dogfight in your first game of the weekend,
you're tired and banged up,
be hell for you. All I'll say is Purdue, I don't know what would have happened, but Purdue is lucky that they didn't have to find out, is all I'll say.
Yeah, for sure. Now,
playing UConn 2 days after you played Houston, even if they would have won, that would have been a nightmare.
No doubt. I will say this, though. I think what you saw in that A&M game, I felt like maybe U of H might have been kind of exposed a little bit in tournament play, because a lot of times in the regular season, you saw it in that Iowa State game at home, and the refs just kind of like, well, it's Iowa State, just let them play. That changes in the tourney a little bit. The refs definitely didn't swallow their whistle, got in foul trouble. You had 4 starters out by the time overtime rolled around. If that happens, man, and U of H just doesn't, if they're aggressive like that, you can get in foul trouble and you can get that team in trouble. That's the only problem.
And you've seen all tournament long people bitch about all the calls that Zach Edey gets. So I'm sure he's a really difficult guy to officiate. The problem is, like, my biggest beef is, I mean, I do think he gets fouled a ton, but I think he fouls a lot more than people think he does, and he just gets away with it because he's a giant. Yeah. And it's like they don't really know how to officiate him. It's kind of like when Shaq first came into the NBA. Officials were like, I mean, he's just getting hammered on every play, and they're like, well, did we call that? Like, I mean, it's like, well, yeah, you're supposed to.
It's a foul.
But it also means you can't, like, when he throws his body back and it sends a dude flying into the third row, you got to call that too. It works both ways.
That's true. They would never call it, well, he's big. Yeah, but it's still a foul. That's technically. All right. Well, how do you see tonight going? What, I mean, if you had to, say, I mean, you know how this shit goes. You probably know more about this than most people I know. What do you think happens tonight?
I think UConn continues this run of dominance. I mean, this is what they've done. They've just gone and beat the shit out of everybody. And they were 6-0 against the spread last year in the tournament. They're 5-0 against the spread this year in the tournament. Like, they are on a mission, and it's. I doubted them. I didn't have UConn in my Final Four, and it was kind of like my. I mean, a part of it was game theory of, like, if you're gonna win a bracket pool, if you have UConn and Purdue in the finals, you had to be basically perfect everywhere else along the way. If you could pick out someone that wasn't UConn to be there, you got a good chance. I picked Illinois, and Illinois. I mean, they got to the Elite Eight, and they played. UConn probably played their worst half of basketball in like a month in the first half against Illinois, and they still covered the first half number. And it was like, what the fuck? How do you beat these guys? And then it's like a 30-0 run. And I mean, UConn and Illinois played UConn tight for about 34 out of the 40 minutes. They were basically a coin flip team. There was a 6-minute run of game where UConn outscored them by 30 points and just dominated it's wild that you just have to be perfect against them is what it boils down to. And I think I talked about Zach Edey and how difficult he is to defend. Donovan Clingan is, I think, going to be a lottery pick in the NBA. Like, and it's not because he's some great scorer or great, he's fine, but defensively he is elite. And when you get a guy like him, a guy who's the same size as Zach Edey, who's more agile and is an elite defender, I think that Purdue's going to have a hard time scoring. They're going to have a hard time scoring the way they normally score, which is this whole tournament has been throw the ball into the middle and let Zach Edey turn around and lay it in over a fat guy. There's no fat guy this time. Like this guy is not going to give you easy buckets. And so my first thought is I think UConn wins. I think Purdue, their team total, if you look at that, it's around 69.5. I don't think Purdue gets to 70. Alabama's the only team that UConn's played in this tournament that got to 60. And Alabama's like one of the fastest teams in the country. So it's not the same. Purdue's not. Purdue plays in a bottom half pace in the country. UConn's like bottom 10 in the country. So this is going to be a grimy game. I think the kind of the value's been sucked out of the full game under. It opened at 148. It's like 145.5 now. Yeah. It's been getting beat on. But I do like the first half under. I think specifically these teams start out kind of slow, and you can get that around 68. And people say, well, that's not half. Well, the second halves in college basketball are almost always higher scoring than the first half because teams will foul at the end and try to make the game extend, which is the biggest annoyance with college basketball. But first half under 68, I like quite a bit. And I like Zach Edey under points. His player prop is at 24.5. I just think putting Donovan Clingan between him and the basket makes his job much more difficult. And there's a chance that he gets to the line a million times. What I do notice is officials, they don't like to call a ton of fouls in these national title games or Final Four games. When it gets this deep, nobody wants a foul fest.
Unless it's UConn at women's.
Yeah. and Donovan Clingan doesn't foul very much when he defends. Like I said, this dude is elite. So yeah. I think it's going to be real hard for Zach Edey to get to 25 points.
Yeah. And do you think that UConn game, do you think that foul has an impact on what we might see tonight? Do you think the refs swallow their whistle in the last 5 minutes and just let the boys play? If it's close?
This is the thing with that UConn Iowa game, there was a clear agenda. Like they needed that girl to be in the championship game, Caitlin Clark. And I watched the game yesterday. Mm-hmm. It's the first women's college basketball game I've watched since last year's national title game. And I give that Caitlin Clark a lot of credit because her team is dog shit. Like the fact that they were in the finals is crazy to me because if you said, okay, let's say Caitlin Clark's the best player on the floor. I don't know for a fact that she was because at South Carolina, they got some girls that look legit.
Yeah.
But let's just say for the sake of argument, she was. The next 5 best players on the court were all South Carolina players. Like
yeah,
I don't think that any of those other girls from Iowa would have even gotten a scholarship offer from South Carolina. Like it looked like a bunch of like 5'5" white girls going up against like,
yeah,
these were big chicks on South Carolina. They weren't outy big, but they were pretty damn big. And I was just like, the rebounds, it was like doubled up on the boards. It's like, I don't know how this Iowa team made it this far. It's a credit to how good that Caitlin Clark must be because she's been dragging a ragtag bunch. This is the Bad News Bears. She's been getting them. But I think in that UConn game, they had a real agenda on, hey, we need this girl in the finals.
You think so?
I think in the national championship game, yeah. I don't think if Purdue wins, hey, Zach Edey won a championship. This guy's won back-to-back player of the years now, wins a championship. Incredible story. They lost to a 16 seed last year. Now they win the championship. Incredible story. UConn, it would be back-to-back. That makes it, they would be one of the better teams that we've seen in probably 15 or 20 years. So I think they've got a good story no matter what. So I don't think there's any there'll be any gross whistles in this game. Let's just say that.
All right, we had a couple of, and I know you got to go, but we had a couple of questions from the chat, and then I do want to get your thoughts on the Calipari move real quick. But Total Dallas said, ask AJ, based on your valuing the regular season, how high would you rank Houston now?
I think, without Shed?
He didn't say, he just said, based on your valuing the regular season, how high would you rank Houston? I'm assuming he would say with Shed. Like, how would you rank them now based on what you've seen?
Number two behind UConn.
Okay.
Yeah. I still can't come off. I mean, what UConn's been doing is just, like I said, I was a doubter, and I tried to fade them last year in the tournament. I've tried to fade them. I'm just done. I'm sick and tired of them taking my money away. So against Alabama, I said no more. They're going to get the job done, and they did. And it feels good to be on the right side of them. So what that coach has done, Dan Hurley, has convinced his team that nobody believes in them. And it's like, they're this giant juggernaut that's just shitting on everyone. And he's like, yeah, but you guys didn't shit on them hard enough. Like nobody thinks you're that good. Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, well we'll show you.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable. So they don't want to just go out and win. They want to hurt your feelings and embarrass you. And as a sports bettor, I can appreciate that, because it lets you know where you stand. You know that they're going to try, and they've got the same goal as you. Usually the underdog in a game has the same goal as you as a sports bettor, because if you bet an underdog, they're trying to win. So, and you're trying to win. So if they win, awesome. If they don't win, they at least try hard enough. Maybe they can cover. When you back a favorite, their goal isn't always the same as yours. Your goal is you're going to win by 10 points. Their goal might be, we're going to win by 5 and go play the next game.
Yeah.
UConn, their goal is to win by infinity. They want to humiliate you. And I kind of appreciate it, honestly.
Yeah. Well, who's next up in Kentucky, and what are your thoughts on the move with Calipari going to Arkansas?
So what I understand is he's got a pretty good relationship, Calipari does, with the Tyson Chicken guy, which sounds ridiculous, but the guy that runs Tyson Chicken is like a big he's one of Calipari's buddies, and he's a big Arkansas booster. So what he did, in Calipari, the way that he's coached, it doesn't seem to work as well in the NIL era, because just getting the best players and saying, okay, guys, let's go do it. It doesn't really work anymore, because now with NIL, all the best players aren't just looking to go play together. They're looking to go where the money is. And like a lot of the guys, you're seeing a lot more guys get brought in from as transfers because, got some good dough. And if you can get a junior or a senior, typically those, if you could get Zach Edey, that's more impactful than any freshman you're going to recruit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So Calipari hasn't quite caught up with the new age of college basketball. So it seemed like maybe it was a good time to break from Kentucky anyway. But what this Arkansas job does, at first it gives him $8 million a year, which, nothing to sneeze at. But this Chicken guy is also basically giving him a $7 million a year NIL pool. So when you've got $7 million a year to throw at the best players, you're going to get the best players. Yeah. And I think he realizes, man, Arkansas is it's going to be a player now. I don't know if Cal can coach, but I do know that he's going to get the best players, because he's already really good at getting the best players. And now he's going to have guaranteed $7 million a year to get the best players. He's going to do a good job with it. As far as where Kentucky goes, I've heard Bryce Drew's name kicked around from Baylor. That would be, I think he's probably the best available coach. And he's who I would try to get, but boy, Baylor suddenly has deep pockets. So I don't know if that's, if they pull him away. But in the Big 12 being such a great basketball conference, it feels like, man, maybe you go to the SEC, you got an easier path, which is crazy to think about. But I've also heard Bruce Pearl and Nate Oates from Auburn and Alabama, and those are big names. They feel like real possibilities. The last name I heard was Billy Donovan, who's with the Bulls. So that would be an interesting thought if he'd leave the Bulls to go back to coaching college ball. But I don't know. I don't know that Kentucky, unless they get on board with the NIL thing and they start to empty the coffers on some of these players, I don't know that Kentucky's going to continue to be as good of a job as people seem to think it is, because now the best jobs are the jobs that have the most booster money.
And isn't that crazy to think a college basketball era where Kentucky isn't a blue chip program, isn't a destination for kids that want to play college basketball? It's like, what?
There's a reason why Nick Saban walked away from Alabama. And the truth is, the thing about Alabama is there's not a lot of money in that state. You could argue that Texas and Texas A&M in their own ways are better jobs in the NIL era than Alabama, because Texas and Texas A&M boosters have so much money that they are willing to throw around that it's hard. If you don't have that, it's hard to compete with. Yeah, so
that's a good point.
I think the writing's on the wall for a lot of these schools who have boosters who don't look like, if you've just gotten by forever on, program's good at football, we're going to always get the best players because we're the best football team. I mean, good luck. Best football players aren't looking to go play for the best football team anymore. They're going to play for the best paycheck. And you got to change. You got to change with these times, man. I don't know if Kentucky's going to be able to do that.
That's so interesting. Dude, this was fantastic. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. I know you got a shit ton to do, man. I appreciate you carving out some time. I know the basketball fans in the chat appreciate it, and a lot of the deckheads are blitzers as well, and the chat lit up when they saw you. They're like, oh, I remember that voice.
Nice.
I appreciate it, dude. Thanks. Once again, tell everybody how they can find you and get the podcast and everything else.
Straight Out of Vegas AM, wherever you get your podcasts, and then just follow me on the X or the Twitter or wherever you're at. And
what is it?
You can find my stuff, man.
They know. Tell them again though. It's AJ is the real
at
still?
AJ is the real. At AJ is the real.
You haven't never changed it.
Some things I've never changed it. So some things never change. But yeah, so if just follow me there and you'll find all my stuff, all my info, all my links.
Right.
So
I'm hopping on Bovada. First half under 68, Edie under 24.5. And if I lose, I swear to God, I'm getting on X and I'm talking the most shit to you.
I will block you. I'll block you like I said. Actually, here's how it'll work out. You'll say something and you'll have a typo, and I'll point it out, and then you're just gonna be mad, and you'll block me before I block you. Yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for doing this.
All right, man.
All right, y'all. That's AJ Hoffman. Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. He knows me way too well. Oh, that's good times. Oh, what the hell is that? That's weird. Thank you, AJ, for doing that. Oh, that's so funny. It's so true. That's my one rule. When I did, y'all want to hear something funny? When I did the Fred Fowler Memorial Show, somebody messaged me and they were like, "Hey, Dustin and Sources wanted to know if you could unblock him." I was like, "What?" They were like, "Yeah. Apparently you have Dustin and Sources blocked, and he was wondering if you could unblock him so that he can give you props and credit for the Fred Fowler Memorial Show." I was like, "Oh, he must have corrected my spelling a while back. I don't know. I don't know. You guys know the rules. What do you want from me? There's rules to this." Anyways, that's fantastic. Y'all go give AJ a follow if you haven't already. If you're into wagering, that dude, that's what he does now. I mean, that's his job. So, and he's damn good at it. So make sure you give him a follow, and especially college basketball. That's his thing. Are we sure that Chicken Guy isn't Gus Fring? I don't know who that is. Am I supposed to know who that is? Gus Fring? I feel like I'm missing something. Is that a reference to something? I don't know who that is. That's a fictional character. Oh, Breaking Bad Chicken Guy. Okay. I don't get the pop culture references. I'm old. Wag said he loves his Houston Cougars. Not really. He's not AJ. Let me tell you something, Wags. I don't know if you know AJ Hoffman. Do you know who AJ is, Wags? AJ loves his money. That's all I know. I know one thing. AJ loves his Buffalo Bills. but he has zero loyalty to anybody when it comes to sports and sports wagering. Yeah, exactly. B. Hannon will tell you that dude is not a fan. He's never been a fan. And like for me, I'm kind of the same way where I'm very objective. Even if I'm a fan of a team, I'll very much tell you when I think they suck or they're dog shit or they're, not doing what they should be doing. And that's part of, like, Wags, I was on ESPN radio here in Houston for 7 years. AJ was on for a decade plus on ESPN radio here in Houston before he moved to Vegas. So when you get radio guys, we tend to try to be real objective and take our fandom out of it. And I get it. A lot of guys nowadays that you kind of hear that do shows or start fan blogs or podcasts, they're fans. They're fan bloggers. Yeah. They're fan whatever. Nah, I mean, radio guys, we come from we try to be very objective in our opinions. And, when we talk about, like, we don't say we when we talk about teams. You'll never hear guys like me or AJ or other kind of old schoolish radio guys. You'll hear a lot of guys who like have a podcast like, oh, it's the Texans. It's the Battle Red blog. And they'll be like, we got Stephon Diggs. You won't hear me doing that shit. You won't hear me doing that shit. And you won't hear AJ doing that. Even for the teams that he roots for. Like, I think he's definitely a Buffalo Bills fan. I don't think he has a baseball team he roots for. I don't think he has a basketball team that he roots for, college or pro. So, yeah, I mean, he calls it like he sees it. For example, and I'm telling you, Wags, if AJ says he thinks that U of H is the second best team in the country, he legitimately believes that. Because if he thought U of H was dog shit, if he thought they were the 10th best team, and I guarantee you everyone in the chat that knows and has listened to AJ Hoffman on the air in Houston for the last decade will tell you, if he thought they were dog shit, he would tell you they're dog shit. If he thinks they're the second best team, he will tell you they're the second best team. He's been like that his entire career. So, yeah, that's the one thing you always know where AJ is. 100%. But he's very honest in his opinion and very objective. So, Giancarlo Esposito. I have no idea. He seemed to love them to still say them at number 2. Hey, what's up, Joe Pro? Joe Pro, thank you for resubscribing for 17 months, buddy. Much appreciated, fan. Yeah, AJ definitely doesn't pull any punches. He's not that cat. And I try to be that way too, man. I have more I'm a fan of more teams than AJ is, but I promise you, I don't. If I think a team is not doing well, I'll let you know. For example, I'm an Astros fan. Fuck the Astros. What kind of dog shit, terrible ass, God bless. They're just, they don't need to go out and get any starting pitching. They can just stand pat. Bullshit. Look at it. This was the concern, and now look at them. Yeah. Didn't they win last? It doesn't matter if they won last night. Their rotation is awful right now. It's shaky. At best, it's shaky. Doesn't matter if they won last night. Watch a few games and tell me. They're just awful. I mean, awful. Bro, they've given up they've had some terrible games. And yeah, I don't know. I'll just say Ronel Blanco is ridiculous so far this season. How is Ronel Blanco their best starter through 10 games? What? That should just not be the case with Framber Valdez and Christian Javier on this team. Hunter Brown has another year. It should not be Ronel Blanco. This dude, his first year in the bigs had a I call it a convenience store ERA. He had a 7.11. Come on, man. Yeah, never heard of him before he threw the no. Exactly, bro. And then he went 6+ innings before he gave up a hit in his second appearance. Come on. Shut up, B. Hannon. B. Hannon said I'm a huge Chiefs fan. Yeah, well, listen. Joe Pro said on pace guy. That's right. Renell Blanco's on pace. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, Keith said all facts about AJ Berry. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. All right, so that's a good amount on the tourney tonight. And I splashed it up on the screen. And by the way, that's actually, you can look right down there. That's actually not updated. That's not accurate either. That over under total, that's 146.5 and minus 7.5. That's moved significantly since I made that. In fact, let's get it. Let me see. Let me get an update. I see 144.5. Let me go to Bovada. Let me go where I wager. Let me log in here, and I'll just give you what Bovada's is. We'll take a look together. Don't be making fun of my bankroll either, all right? Daddy's broke. Valdez has a 2.19 ERA. Yeah, but listen, don't be trying to convince me to like the Astros, all right? Not right now, okay? Not now, fam. No. All right, let's see. Here is Bovada. Let's go. Sports. Purdue, Connecticut. There we go. Here we go. Here's some spreadage. All right. Looking like, now it's back up to 7. So it was down to 6.5. Yeah, so Connecticut is favored by 7 now. It was down to 6.5. It started at 7.5, down to 7. Over-under's down to 144. I believe it opened at 165.5. AJ said take under 68 for the first half. Oh, what is this? First half is at 67.5 now. Damn it. So now you got to go under 67? Jeez. Let me see what I can get that at. Let me see. Oh, no, I don't want that bet slip. No, I don't want that bet slip. I want to buy that hoe up to under 68. Close it. Okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing, pimping? It's pimping. Let's see. Usually you can buy this shit down, right? What the hell is happening? What in the wide? Okay, I'll do it later. But yeah, so right now sitting at, refresh this hoe. There we go. Okay. Oh, so there's the alternate lines. Okay. First half spread. First half totals. All right. Yeah. So there's the officials, at least through Bovada. -7 and 144. So there's your updates. I've seen between 6.5 and 7.5. Okay. Yeah. Word up. We'll do it live. Yeah, I'll just I'll make those bets before tonight. In fact, but I didn't see. Oh, first basket. Oh, we don't want first basket. Over under assist points. Where's the first half? Spread first half. No, I don't want spread first half. Total points first half. Total points Connecticut. Total points first half. Here we go. Over, what do you say? Under 68? Yeah. Here we go. Under 68 is -135. Damn it. Let's see. If we put 10 on it. Damn, you got bet 10 to win, 7 folded. Damn, that ain't God. See, they know. That 67.5 is at -120. What do you think, chat? Y'all want to do it? What do you think? Well, he said to do it. Let's do it. That sucks. You're risking 10 to get set point. That ain't good money, is it? I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe I'll wait and see. Maybe it'll move. Maybe it'll move before game time. That's not good value at all. B. Hannah said, do it. Oh, my God. Total Dallas said, tornado warning. Walker, San Jacinto, and Montgomery. Oh, I'm in Montgomery. Damn it. All right. Yeah, I'll wait before game time because I don't like the value on that. I don't like the value on that. And then what did he say the other prop bet was? He had Edie under 24.5. Where's that at? It could move the other way. Yeah, it could, and then I just won't do it. I don't know where you find the prop bets on at this. Bovada is not the easiest to use. I will admit that. It gets a little shaky sometimes. General first half stats, head to head, last match. I don't give a shit about that. Oh, specials, props, over under points. There we go. Under 23.5. He's got under 24.5. Under 23.5 is plus 104. Killing me, Smalls. Yeah, we'll just have to wait. We'll just have to wait and see. Wait and see. I don't like it. Don't like it. All right. Don't forget, Jenny, his mom, going to join me in about 20 minutes, 4 o'clock. My mom joins me every week on the show. We talk shit and hang out and have a good time. She's crazy. She's a crazy lady. She's a crazy woman. We always have a good time. So make sure you hang in and hang around for that. My mother is a crazy person. What? That's where Uzi is. What? Where is Uzi? Where the heck is Uzi at? All right. We have a birthday, and we're going to get to that birthday in just a second. Before we do, I did not get to this story last week, and I wanted to get to it. So we've gotten a pretty decent amount of sports in, and y'all know I don't like to just do all sports. We've gotten the women's college basketball finals in. We've got the men's finals in. We've done a ton of sports already. Oh, real quick. We didn't do this, and I wanted to. Your Rockets have been officially eliminated from play-in contention. Unfortunately. Last night, was it? They lost? Was it last night? Yeah, last night. Yeah, they lost to the Mavs last night in overtime, 147 to 136. And, production from Jalen Green faltered a little bit, but let's be real. They had won 11 in a row, 13 out of 14, and 5 of those teams were playoff teams. And since that run, they've played Dallas, Minnesota, Golden State, Miami, and Dallas. All playoff teams, and lost to all of them. And so, yeah, it was good to see these young guys go through some of that, get that little win streak. I thought it was interesting, though, if you didn't see after the Golden State game, apparently Tari Eason was sidelined. He's been injured. Sitting on the sidelines, he had on a T-shirt that said, Warriors come out to play. And I think Klay Thompson took exception to that. I wonder if I could find the shirt. Let's see, Tari Eason Warriors shirt. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. This is the shirt he had on. And this, look, for all the things to really be upset about, this isn't that big of a deal. But I guess I could see where you might feel a bit disrespected by this, but you can kind of see where it says Warriors come out to play. All right. So he's in street clothes. He's obviously not playing. But Klay Thompson and others Joe Pro Straight Meat Sports. Yeah, Klay Thompson and others kind of didn't like it. So they took exception to it. And he was just like, yeah, I mean, basically called it Bush League. If you're not playing, don't talk. You know what I mean? If you're going to talk, great. But be able to back it up on the court. Be able to, talk your mess. But be able to get out there and back it up. And I thought Draymond actually had a better response than Klay, because Klay was like, whatever, I'm just not going to say anymore. But Draymond Green basically came out and was like, hey, you know what? He's a tough kid. I like his game. He gets after it. And yeah, it's probably not the best look to be talking like that and wearing that. But, hopefully he'll be around next year. And instead of us fighting for a play-in spot, we'll be fighting for, a playoff spot. So, but Draymond actually handled it a little bit better, but let's be real. Draymond's a loose cannon. So he's just like, shit, I'm just glad it wasn't me. But that was what was the big scuttlebutt was when the Rockets-Warriors game. But since then, they've lost to Miami. They've lost to Dallas. So that's it. And after that game, after that Warriors game, or was it, might have been the Dallas game. No, it was the Warriors game, I think. Ime Udoka, he basically said, look, yeah, it was the Warriors game. He basically said, hey, it looked like the moment was too big for some of our players. And I like that in the coach. You like hearing that because it needs to be said, and maybe that's him warning these guys, look, you need to be prepared, because some of you don't look like, some of you aren't going to be here next year if you play like that. I dig it, but they lost, and then they lost to Miami and Dallas. They were officially eliminated. Four games to go. The last game of the season is April 14th. So they got Orlando, Utah, Portland, and LA. Last home game is tomorrow against Orlando, and they finish up the last 3 games of the season on the road. Last game of the year will be in LA against the Clippers. So there you go. That is the update. If you're wondering, damn, where did it go? There it is. Current standings. This is your all of the playoff standings. So Boston sits atop the East. Milwaukee, both of them are in. Orlando, I shouldn't say in. Everybody's in the play-in game. That's all been decided. 1 through 10. There's still some shuffling that can take place. Orlando sits in at 3 right now. New York at 4, but they're virtually tied. They have the identical record, but some of this is tie-break stuff. So that's yet to be decided. Orlando, New York, Cleveland, Indy. That's your 1 through 6. And then Philly, Miami, and then Chicago, Atlanta. So the rest is, yes. Brooklyn, Toronto, Charlotte, Washington, Detroit have all been eliminated. Same thing in the West. All the teams that are in at least playing games have been decided, but you just have some shuffling that could take place between who's going to be 4, who's going to be 5, although I don't know that Dallas and the Clippers are going to really change spots. You might see Phoenix and New Orleans, which, hey, that matters, right? 6 and 7 is a big difference. One's a playoff team, and one's a play-in team. So yeah, you definitely want to be 6. So you got the Clippers, Dallas, Phoenix, 4, 5, and 6 right now. OKC's in, Denver's in, Minnesota's in for sure. And then you're playing teams right now: New Orleans, Sacramento, Lakers, and Golden State. So I guess my Houston pick not going to hit. Damn it! But I still got my $1 bet on OKC to win it all, and I think I get like, I don't know, was it $500? Whatever it was. It was a lot. So let's go, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. All right, so there's some basketball updates for you. If you give a shit, don't forget Jenny's mom going to be joining me in about 12 minutes. In the meantime, didn't get to this last week. Enough with the sports, ladies and gentlemen. We need to talk about these conjoined twins for a minute, okay? I have questions. I have so many questions. I have questions that I don't know if you guys will have answers for. I really don't know if anybody will have answers for. Let me pull up the article that I had here, because one of them got married, and it's kind of weird to say that, because if one of them gets married, technically, doesn't the other one get married? How does that work? Because let me just, okay. It's one body, two heads, right? So let's say you're marrying the right head, not the left head, but the right head. But there's only two arms, right? So there's two arms, but there's two heads. So you're going to put the veil on the head that you're marrying. So that's the bride head, right? That's the bride head. I get that. That makes sense to me. Okay. That makes sense to me. But whose hand, the ring finger, who does that belong to? How do you know that it's not the other head who's controlling the finger? How do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like when you're walking them down the aisle, who's getting walked down the aisle? And is she a bridesmaid? Does she have to say I do? Does she just kind of and we're going to Donna, listen, I'm just scratching the surface on questions, okay? Just scratching the surface. We're not even getting to the wedding night and where we're going to consummate the marriage, all right? Let's just get through the marriage. Let's just get through that. All right? So you got the twins, and the twins are going to get married. So you go and try on a wedding dress. Okay, that's fine. You only need one dress, one body. You only need one veil, but it's two heads. That's okay. We're going to get a little wider collar. It's fine. What's crazy is like the tank tops. I feel like it might be custom made. It's got to be, right? It's got to be custom made tank tops for sure. But like the rest of their body's like normal. But what's wild to me is like, I know like for me, my brain controls these hands, right? So like if I want to be like, point, thumbs up. But like, what if she's like, I want to give that person a high five. And then the other head's like, fuck that. I don't want to give them a high five. And she's like, bitch, I want to give them a high five. I don't want to give them a high. Is there like a fight sometimes to like who's controlling the hand? You know what I mean? Like, do they both get control of the hand? Does that make any sense? Do they both get to control all of the body parts is my question. And who gets to override who? Is like, okay, so is it like, all right, the body is divided down the middle, so the head on the left controls the left hand and the left leg, and the head on the right controls the right hand and the right leg? But then, like, all right, so if you're getting married and you put the ring on the left hand, do you have to marry the left head? Or do you just put the ring on the right hand if you're marrying the right head? Chris said, do you think I'm tired of your husband's balls in my face has happened? I mean, listen, folks, we're going to get to the sex in a second, because the sex is probably it's a show in and of itself. Yeah, Erica's a great question. Do both headache or just one? Do they both get a headache? That's a great question. But I just need to know. I'm just on the surface right now. You guys are already to the sex. You don't have no. See, this is why you guys don't have a show. This is why you guys don't have a show. This is why there's no Eric Resendez on deck. This is why there's no Chris from Sam Houston on deck. So you guys just went straight to the. There was no buildup. No buildup. You went straight to the sex, and then there was no reason to stick around. That's it. See, we need to discuss the body and how it works before we get to the sex. Let's talk about the marriage. Let's talk about the wedding. Let's talk about, how are we controlling the hands and the feet and the body? Because later, once we establish that, then we can get into the sex, because now we'll know how hand jobs work. See? You see now? Now we'll know how oral would work. These are all things we need to know, folks. You guys just went straight into it. It's terrible. Amateurs. Actually, just amateurs. And don't even start asking about threesomes. We covered that last time. It's one vagina. Okay? Doesn't count. It's 2.5 at best. At best. And no. Doesn't count. I just think it's like, it's wild that you always, it's got to be a lot of compromising. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a lot of like, I want to go for a walk. Like, bitch, I don't want to go for a walk. Well, I do. Well, I don't. Well, I do. Well, I'm controlling half the feet in this fucking relationship, okay? And I say left foot don't want to walk right now. Well, the right foot does. Well, bitch, I guess you're just going to be walk dragging or drag walking, because I'm not going. You're going to look like a zombie. Be stepping with one foot and dragging the other one, because I'm not moving this left leg. I'm not going. Oh, yes, you are. Well, okay, well, I'll go, but I'm not moving my half. I mean, I feel like this is the shit that they would argue about. Right? Like, I'm ready to go to bed. Well, I'm not. I want to read. Well, I don't know. That's got to be, god damn, bless their hearts. Got to be a lot of compromising and shit. But they got married. This is true. This is the God's honest truth. I'm going to show you this real quick. Then I'm going to bring on Jenny, his mom, and she's going to help us solve this problem. I know she can. This is right up her alley. She's a scientist. She's going to nail this. But this is the article. Look at this. Conjoined twins, conjoined twin Abby Hensel got married in 2021. And it talked about it. The Facebook profile photo appears to be a wedding image with the conjoined twins wearing a wedding dress. They went bowling. According to Today, the twins are now 5th grade teachers. Reside in Minnesota, where they were born and raised. People reached out but did not immediately get a response. They're a disyphilous conjoined twins. I don't know if I said that right. Disyphilous? That looks like it. Rare form of partial twinning with two heads side by side on one torso. They share a bloodstream and all organs below the waist. Oh, there it is. Abby controls their right arm and leg while Brittany controls the left. Hot damn. So it is a decision. Bitch, I don't want to go jogging. The left leg is closed for the night. But I want to go for a walk. Welp. No. This is crazy. Crazy. But good for them, man. They get some shit done. Like, they're out fucking riding scooters and getting married and teaching school. How could you pick between the two? Mike said. Same interview also asked about the possibility of marriage one day. How do you, when you, okay. I don't know how this would work. So now that we know how the body works, now we need to ask, how does sex work with conjoined twins? How do you have sex with conjoined twins? And I can think of nobody better to help me figure that out. She's waving me off in the green room. No, she just gave me she just gave me conjoined birds. She just gave me conjoined twin birds. That is not okay, ladies and gentlemen. Joining me on the program right now to get to the bottom of this.
No, I did not do that. I did not.
I've got it recorded, Jenny. I can show the people. Yeah,
no,
you didn't think I could do that, did you?
No.
Jenny is mom joining me on the program, everybody. Well, Mom, you're the scientist in this and the biologist and the school teacher and the expert. You tell me.
I don't want to know.
Well, you're the expert. How would it work?
I have no idea. I know they have separate organs from the waist up. They have different hearts, lungs, all that stuff.
Oh, so they have two on each side?
No. Yeah, they coordinate, because I've read about them before. They coordinate. They almost don't even think about it the way they coordinate their arms and legs together. But they do have a lot of organs that are separate. But what a sad life. Oh my God. That's all I can think about is, you're never alone. You never have any quality alone time. Oh my gosh.
That's great. Yeah. See, Jared Taylor said they have 4 titties. Do they have 4 titties or just 2?
No.
Like she's got the left titty and the other one has the right titty?
I think so. Yeah. They have internal organs. They have different internal organs.
Boy, so they both have they have 2 spleens and 2 livers and 2
hearts. Yeah.
Really? 2 hearts?
Yeah, that's what it said. They
2
had,
hearts
they
that
had
beat as
different
one.
organs.
This is like a song.
That'd be a good country western song.
I think that is a song.
No, don't even go there. What I'm thinking is this guy that married one of them. How do you?
You think he's secretly having sex with the sister?
I don't know. How do you, Barry? I don't know.
Did you fuck my sister? Could you imagine that? Did you fuck my sister? It was like, yeah,
Barry,
I did. You were there. You were there. Yes,
Barry.
I had sex with your sister. She's right there. Could you imagine that? Mom, think about that, though. You've got these conjoined...
All I can think of is how sad it is.
But you've got these twins, and And they're. Hold on, I was gonna pull up the damn. You've got these twins, and where the hell did it go? I mean, the big question really is, and I think everybody it eventually would come up. What do you do during sex? How do you consummate the marriage, right? Like, okay, the guy goes in, he's like, hey, I love you.
Maybe one of them just shuts her eyes and closes her ears.
She's only got one hand. How the fuck is she gonna cover her other ear?
Well,
She can only cover one ear, Mom. She's got 2 ears because it's a whole hand. What is she gonna do? She can't. She's like, hey sis, can I borrow your other hand? She's like, it's a little busy right now. Do you mind?
Okay, I shouldn't have said that. I walked right into that one.
How do you do that?
Oh, God.
I don't understand. How do you do that?
I don't know, Barry.
It's got to be like...
I think it's a very personal thing that I'm sure they don't want to share with anyone.
Oh, Dave PB Dubs has a good question. Maybe it's she puts on like noise canceling headphones and a mask. Maybe that's what it is. It's like she puts on like a... Maybe they have like a... Oh, hey... it's time to put on your isolation helmet, and then like she puts on like this whoosh, and it silences and she can't see, and like, you know what I mean? Like maybe that's what it is. And then she just lays there and she's like, oh God. But
that
you imagine like she's thing. I know. And she's just there.
Man. So scroll up, but doesn't it say they share I think they share some internal. Yeah, they share a bloodstream and all organs
below the waist.
Below the waist, but above the waist, they have different organs.
It says they have 2 heads side by side and on one torso. They share a bloodstream and all organs below the waist. Abby controls the right arm and leg. Brittany controls the left. That's just... It's crazy. It's pretty
There's
wild.
no separating that. I know. Some of those twins they can separate. But
yeah.
No.
That's... I mean, really, though, sex would be super weird.
Maybe they got married and don't have sex.
Could be. Maybe that's the thing where it's like, nah. But think about it.
Maybe they got married so they could have his health insurance. I don't know. I mean, what? Who would do that? I don't know.
I wonder, do they count as 2 or 1 on the insurance? It's like, nope.
Wait a minute. When they file income tax, do you get 1 dependent or 2 dependents?
Is that a pre-existing condition on the insurance?
This is not funny. We should not be laughing.
These are questions. Nobody's saying it's funny. I'm just have a ton of questions. I want to know.
I agree. Is it 1 dependent or 2?
Yes,
I agree. I think
exactly.
It's 2. I think it's 2. You get 2 dependents.
You get 2?
Yeah. 2 heads. You got 2 dependents. 2 brains. 2 different people.
Okay.
Boy.
Double Rod said 2 life insurance policies.
Oh, that's something to think of.
Yeah,
what
but
if
what
one of them dies?
Ooh. Oh.
What will happen?
How would that work? What if? Okay, now this is going to sound morbid.
Does half your body die and the other half?
God's honest truth question. This is going to sound morbid as shit, Mom. But this is. Let's say Let's say one of them sustains a serious head injury. Yeah. Not bodily, but just a serious head injury. How does that work? Because the other one relies on her to move the left arm and the left leg.
Right.
Oh, that's sad.
But I'm just thinking, when they get old, does one die and the other one,
oh, yeah.
carry around one until you die?
See, Donna said, or a heart attack. Because you said Is it like they have two hearts? Or is it just...
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's sad.
That's interesting.
But they got married.
Do they... I wonder if
I wonder if they're going to have children. And whose child is it?
Who's nursing? Which titty are we using?
Of course you would think of that.
Which titty are we using? Be like, well, bitch, it's your husband. We ain't using my titty. Okay?
Well,
that's your baby. That's your husband. We're not using my titty. Okay?
I know, but how do you argue whose baby it is? So when the baby's born,
it's your husband. It ain't my baby.
I know, but then who gets to claim the baby as a dependent? The one who isn't married or the one who is married?
The one who is
I'm
married.
always paying income tax here.
Yeah, but it's got to be the one who is married, right?
Well,
It's
I
just
would
like,
think, but
well-
maybe the other one had a baby out of wedlock. I mean, I don't know.
I swear the best part would be if the best part would be if he cheated with the sister. If the other head was asleep and she's like, I'm up.
You can't cheat.
Because the other head's asleep and she's like, go on and put it in.
No, remember they have the same thing for the
I
waist
know,
down. So
but
you're not
if one
cheating.
head's asleep and the other one's awake, you're fucking the one that's up. That's the one you're having sex with
Barry,
now.
shame
Yes,
on you.
you're having sex with the head that's awake. So if your wife is asleep, now you've slept with the sister.
Yeah,
Wow,
that
this-
it can be really complicated.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
All right, so the chat, we all kind of wanted to know, does this count as a threesome, Mom? It is two heads. Now, I say no because it's got to be two of everything. It's got to be two of all the holes. It can't just be two mouths. It's got to be
2.5.
That's what I said. It's got to be two buttholes, two vaginas, two mouths. It can't be just two heads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. We're on the same page on that one. Good.
Okay, so
Well, I used the
can
medical
we solve
terms.
that problem?
At least I used the medical terms, Mom. That's nothing
Yes,
to be.
you did. I taught you right. I
See?
did. I
See?
taught you right.
Tony has a good question. What if the other one
Lord.
wants to get married?
Oh, is that a foursome?
Damn.
Do they all share the same wedding bed? Oh wow, I don't know.
My head
I'm
hurts.
sure they've got it figured out.
Damn, now my head hurts.
I know.
Now the
Good
IRS is going to
question,
come after him
Tony.
for fraud. Be like, you've already been claimed. Like, what?
Now wait a minute. And then what if the baby comes? Whose child is it?
Exactly.
I guess they could do DNA to find that out. who
How? It's the
father
same
is,
DNA, though, because they share a bloodstream.
Yeah, but the father's DNA will be different. The baby will carry the father's DNA.
Oh, that's
They'll be
true.
able to
Hey, what's
tell
up,
his
Jesus?
father.
Good to see you, buddy. They should start an OnlyFans. Oh, my God. Double rods. Damn you. Oh.
Start a what?
An OnlyFans, where... You know what OnlyFans is, don't you, Mom?
No, I do not.
You're going to act like
Sorry.
you don't know what OnlyFans is, Mother.
OnlyFans? ONLY only?
Yes.
I do not know what that is. This is a new one on me.
Okay.
Am I behind time?
All right.
You can explain it to me off camera because
Nope.
it must not be good.
Nope. I'm going to explain
I don't
it
want
to
to
you
know.
now.
I don't want to know.
OnlyFans, Mother, it's a way for women to empower themselves. You're going to love this. You're all for women empowerment, right?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. You're all for women taking control, right? Holding their
Okay,
destiny.
you're leading me into something here.
No, I'm saying you're all for women empowering themselves, taking control of their
Absolutely.
destiny.
Abs-
Right?
Absolutely.
So what this is basically is instead of women being exploited, instead of women working in the porn industry or Playboy or anywhere else, OnlyFans allows them to have their own website or their own place, and they take their own nude pictures or videos or whatever, and it's on OnlyFans, and they sell it for themselves, and they keep all the money. And it's basically kind of like porn or pictures or nudes or whatever they want. Yeah, it's like Playboy or Penthouse.
So they're not being exploited; they're exploiting themselves.
Yes, yes, they're exploiting themselves for money.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Didn't know that. I'm going to put that on now I know list.
Yeah, OnlyFans. You wanna go look at something?
I'm so glad I have to come to Barry on Sports to get educated about this kind of stuff.
I can't believe you've never heard of OnlyFans.
Honestly, honey, I haven't. I mean, I really haven't. Where have I been?
Yeah. So could you imagine you go to OnlyFans to watch porn and there's conjoined twins?
Yeah.
There's a fetish for everything, though.
I guess
there's. Did you hear about Pornhub getting run out of Texas, though? Did you hear about this, Mother?
No, Barry, I don't keep up with Pornhub, but
do you know what Pornhub is? Do you? Okay.
No, I do not.
Well,
I'm sure it's a porn site.
Yes.
Is it a porn site? Okay.
Yes.
I know that much.
Well, so I'm told.
Oh, so you're told? Yes. Okay. Good. That's my son. All right.
Yeah. No. So, like in Texas, apparently there's a law that says I don't know if it's new or what, but you have to verify your age before you can watch porn.
Really?
Yeah.
And how do you do that? I mean, couldn't you just make it up?
No, you got to type in your driver's license number.
Oh,
you believe this bullshit?
No, I think that's good.
What?
I think young children. I have to talk about young children here. Young children get access to the internet, and they shouldn't be watching porn at 9, 10 years old or 12 or whatever. No.
What?
Mm-mm. Yep. I agree.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Aren't you the same woman that let me keep like 50
You were in high
magazines?
school.
No, I wasn't. I was in junior high.
You were not.
Yes, I was. We lived in those apartments. I was in 8th grade. We lived in the apartments.
Windfern Garden.
No, we lived in those apartments. I found them in the dumpsters in the apartments, Mom. I was in 8th grade.
But you had them with you over at Windfern Garden under your mattress.
I never took them. It was in the apartments, Mother. That's where I had them. Yes. And look at me. I turned out great. It's just titties.
That's true. Okay.
See? See?
It's too young for kids to be able to go to porn sites.
But here's the problem.
Gives them the wrong impression about women and sex and everything else.
It does if they're not taught by their parents. Mm-hmm. Now, see, the difference is, Mom, you, when I was very young, you sat me down and you taught me about women and men and the birds and the bees and what sex was and what sex wasn't and respect and all of those things. Right. And so, yeah, it wasn't like, I didn't learn it from a friend. You know what I mean? I didn't learn it on the streets, and I felt comfortable enough that I could come and ask you questions. And so that's I think, is the difference, is that a lot of people are now relying on legislative processes to be parents to their kids, to be disciplinarians to their kids. How about you just teach your kids right and wrong, and you don't have to worry about them watching a little porn every now and then and becoming deviants.
But unfortunately, there's a lot of absentee parents. So,
Well,
unfortunately.
you were a single mom working several jobs. You still had the time to sit down and talk to me and teach me things and right and wrong and how to respect women and people.
That's right.
So what's the excuse then, Mom?
I don't know.
Why do we need the state of Texas to teach kids right and wrong and all that bullshit? We don't. It's up to parents. It's crazy to me, and I'm just venting here, but it's crazy to me that we live in a state that would be mostly Republican, which Republicans tend to be less government, right? But yet we're in this position where the government is literally legislating how to parent kids. That makes no sense.
It's called, legislating morality. I don't think you can legislate morality.
I agree. I'm just really, if I'm being honest, I'm just pissed off I have to go get my driver's license before I jerk off. I'm just...
So that's why you're venting. I wondered where this was
so
going.
goddamn, man. Normally I leave the house, I'm like keys, wallet, phone. Now I'm just like, God damn it, lotion license tissue. And I'm like, this is bullshit.
Aaron. So, who you got winning the game tonight?
Just messing with you, mother. That's a new joke I wrote. You're welcome.
That is pretty funny.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, besides, for everybody out there listening, Pornhub might check, but X videos, they don't give a shit. They don't ID you at the door. Just go right in. They don't give a damn.
Right.
They're like the Louisiana of porn sites. They're like, come on. We don't give a shit.
We don't care how old you are.
Yeah, I do. I have this whole joke about it. It's really good. I talk about how now, like when I was a kid, you used to want to get a fake ID to drink. Now you got to have a fake ID to jerk off. And then you'd go to Louisiana to drink because you could do that at 18. Now you go over there to watch porn.
Yeah, I did that when I was in college.
You used to sit outside the liquor store or the convenience store and be like, "Hey, mister, will you go in there and buy us some alcohol?" Now you're like, "Hey, mister, will you put Pornhub on my phone?" It's a good joke. It's a damn good joke. So I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress, but it's fun. It's fun. So thank you to our Republican colleagues and
yes,
for helping me with a new 5-minute bit. Much appreciated.
Give you something to make jokes about.
Yeah, much appreciated.
I think it's great. We've gotten so politically correct that I don't know how comedians can even make jokes anymore, because everybody is like walking around with this chip on their shoulder and, oh, you're either a racist or you're a misogynist or you're a this or you're that. And it's like, what happened to be able to just laugh at ourselves?
Yeah. It's tough.
I don't know how comedians do it.
It's very tough.
Don't. Paul and I were talking about the other day is, how do you come up with material that doesn't offend someone? Everybody's so defensive about everything.
Oh yeah,
I'll get off my soapbox.
No, it's.
Can't we just love each other?
You would think. We don't live in that. Yeah, we don't live in that world anymore. Jenny
I lived in such an innocent time.
No. Donna said Fred took Pornhub with him on March 14th. That's hilarious, Donna. Jenny doesn't use her phone or computer for anything fun, does she? No, she doesn't, Amos. She does not.
I use it a lot for sports. I mean, that's really what I'm interested in.
You don't gamble. You don't use it for gambling, do you?
I gamble, but not on my phone. I go to the casino and gamble.
Yeah, but not. Yeah, you don't wager.
And I'm lousy at it.
Yeah, I know, but that's what he meant. You don't do any of that.
Yeah, but at that time I told you about gambling on sports. You won $150. Maybe I ought to start gambling. Huh?
I didn't win $150.
Yes, you did.
It wasn't that much.
You placed the bet right here when we were on this.
Yeah, but it wasn't $150.
You put something and you said you won $150.
No, it wasn't $150. Okay, you're gonna make me pull up the goddamn. It wasn't $150. I won.
It was.
Mom, I only have 170 in the account. How could I win 150?
I don't know. I think that's just what you told me that you won 150. Maybe it was 125. It was over $100. I remember that. Do you remember what we were betting on?
I think it
It
was
was
the
something.
Cougars,
I
wasn't
said,
it? Yeah, it was the Cougars,
yeah, I
wasn't
think
it?
you said, "Oh, you think they're going to win by so and so," and oh yeah, it was something that was going to win by
Was it the Iowa
eight
State
points.
game?
I don't know. They won by eight,
I
and
think it
that's
was
what
the
you
Iowa
needed to
State
win.
game. I think it might have
I
been the Iowa
can't
State game.
remember. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Here we
Hey,
go.
I'm getting geared up and ready for um, fantasy football this year.
Oh,
I'm not happy with how I finished last year, so I'm just putting everybody
well.
on notice.
Uh-oh. You've all been warned. Jenny's on the warpath.
Yeah. That was not fair. Who was that? I was first for a longest time, and then what's his face came and beat me in the playoffs. Me.
I don't know. Who was it?
I don't remember who. I think it was Eric. Was it Eric that beat me in the playoffs? Who won? Whoever won fantasy
Oh, I don't know. It was
on my league.
I don't know.
Anyway,
It was
it
our
was
league.
fun. I'm getting geared up.
What does this say? 2% of the people are actually offended by everything. Oh, that's true, but they're the loudest. That's very true.
Yeah, it is. Everything.
Cece, I don't understand. Is Donna, wouldn't that gal be a good guest for Barry? Who are you talking about?
What
Who are you
cow?
talking about? Oh, Black Sheep won. Yeah, Black Sheep won. Who are you talking about, Cece? What cow? What cow?
Yeah, a good guess for Barry.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. I'm down though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm totally down. Well, Mother, are you gonna watch the game
What?
tonight? Are you gonna watch the game tonight?
You bet I am. Hey, I have a question for you, Mr.
Okay.
Sportsman.
Okay.
How long? I don't know the answer to this, but how long has it been since a 1-1 faced off in the championship game?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, I can't remember it. That's amazing. I can't remember. It's got to have been a long, long time ago.
That's a good
A
question.
one
How
and
long
a
has it been
one.
since two number one seeds have faced each other? B. Hannah said 2021, I think.
2021?
Other
Really?
In the
Wow.
NCAA tournament.
That shows you that they really knew what they were doing when they seeded them.
Yeah, how many times have 2-1 seeds played in the title game? This is from DraftKings. 82. So here it is. How many times have two number one seeds played for the national title? This is every time. 82, North Carolina and Georgetown. 93, North Carolina and Michigan. 99, Duke and UConn. 2005, Illinois and North Carolina. 2007, Ohio State and Florida. 2008, Kansas and Memphis. 2015, Wisconsin and Duke. 2017, Gonzaga and North Carolina. 2024,
North Carolina's in there a lot.
2024,
aren't they?
UConn and Purdue. So the last time was 2017, Gonzaga and North Carolina.
2017. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So 2024.
That's going to be, man, that's going to be a great game. Who'd you
Yep.
pick, Barry?
I haven't picked yet. But yeah. I mean, I don't
I'm
watch,
picking.
so I don't know. I mean, I
I'm
really
picking.
don't know.
I'm picking
Who are you picking then?
Purdue.
You going with Purdue, huh?
Yeah, I just don't think they have an answer for Zach Eddy.
Okay.
We'll see. That's just my
Okay.
prediction.
All
But I'm
right.
not betting on it.
I am. I had AJ on the show at 3. He had a couple of good bets, so I'm gonna see if I can get what
good.
he suggested. So we
Well, he
shall
knows his
see.
stuff.
Yes,
All
he
right,
does.
honey.
I love you, Mother. Thank you for being on
Love
the show.
you too.
Thanks for letting me push it
Bye,
at 4 o'clock.
dickheads.
I appreciate you.
See y'all next week.
Next week. Love you,
Bye.
Mother.
Bye.
All
Love you
right.
too.
That is Jenny, his mom. She joins me every Monday. She's the best. She is the best. I am a lucky man to have that woman as my mother, I tell you what. And I meant what I said, growing up, she taught me respect for people, respect for women. And so, yeah, you watch a little porn as a 15-year-old, you look at it differently. You don't look at it so much as a deviant. It doesn't. Yeah. I mean, I think it matters. And I know that sounds weird, but it does make a difference. It really does. Cause you don't look at it. You don't look at it as I don't know how to phrase this the right way. I don't want it to come out the wrong way, but I think you look at it as more from a self-gratification standpoint than you do from a degrading standpoint for women, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it doesn't carry over into your sex life or how you treat or view women outside of that moment. So and a lot of that just is upbringing and how you learn how to treat people and women. So she did a great job, man. I got lucky. I got a cool ass mom that taught me how to be a good dude, and that is all thanks to her. So all right, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to get your shot glasses out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is birthday time, damn it. Let's see. What? Yeah. Let's go. My dog. My dog. Amos. Famous Amos in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You guys, Amos is turning 73 years old today. Amos, happy birthday, homie. Much love to you, my friend. Thanks for hanging in. Appreciate you being a decade, homie. I really do. Appreciate you being here. Always. When Jen texted me, she said, hey, don't forget, today is Amos's birthday. And I said, cool. I'll make sure to wish Perry a happy birthday. So AJB, this one's for you. I'm fucking with you, Amos. I love you, brother. Much love to you, homie. Oh, man, I hope you have a fantastic day. It's crazy you were born on an eclipse. That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Look at Jesus chiming in all the way from the YouTubes. All the way from the YouTubes. Shout out to everybody listening on YouTube still. Hey, Amos, brother, happy birthday to you, man. What are you going to do today, Amos? You got any plans for the evening? You going to do something special? You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to do anything? Y'all going to go anywhere? I don't know. Maybe get a little roadhead? That's a good question. I saw somebody ask that. Like, if you have conjoined twins and if you got roadhead, that other one's got to be down there too. That's weird. Brother Amos, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being a deckhead. Always appreciate you and your opinions and takes in the chat, homie. Much love to you. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Hope you get some roadhead or a hand job or whatever you're into, homie. Much love. Cheers. Ha! He said not a damn thing. Amos ain't doing shit. I feel like Amos talks in the third person when he's at the house. It's like his wife's like, what do you want for your birthday, baby? He's like, Amos don't want shit. Okay, well, I mean, I don't have to get you anything. What do you want to do? Amos don't want to do nothing. Okay, you don't have to refer to yourself in the third person, though. Happy birthday, Amos. Appreciate you, homie. Yeah. All right. Amos was born during an eclipse. I already said that. Total. If you're just going to repeat the jokes, Jesus Christ. Good Lord. My goodness. Boy, oh boy. What's up, Alec? What I miss? I feel like I missed something up in her. I feel like I missed something. What's up, Joel? No. Baylor won. What? Ooh, that one feels weird. Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you know it's funny. When that joke that Donna said, I actually sent that joke to AJ. I never actually posted it because I was like, it's probably too soon. But that was the same day, so I was like, well, because people were like, what was the cause of death? I was like, I think we know. They got rid of Pornhub. Definitely know the cause of death. But I was like, I can't post that, AJ. He was like, no, you can't. I was like, I can't do that, bro. I can't do that. Fred's my dog. And I have proof. But yeah, I know who Eva is. Yeah, she would do Fred's show quite a bit. I saw her post that too. I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't post that. Not that day. Like yeah, that was that same day. And I was like, I would post it now. Yeah, Eva Elliott. I know who she is. Yeah. I would post it now. I wouldn't have posted it the same day. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't post. What is this? Why do they do you guys ever have this happen where Amazon, a driver chat, a message from your Amazon driver? What? That's weird. Yeah, she actually had me out to do one of her shows once. She had me out. She had a show that she used to do at I don't know, some show down south. She was like, will you come out and headline my room? I was like, yeah. By the way, can we talk about something? Ever since I had COVID, I ended up with a new, I've always had a bad hairline. Oh, Cece said you should have heard her at the funeral. Was it bad? Was it like... Yeah, she probably turned it into a roast. Yeah, see, I don't think I could do that. I think I would probably do it, but not go crazy. Excuse me. I don't think I would, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I could do that. That's the same reason I didn't post that joke. I don't even remember exactly what I had said. Let me see if I can find it. Let me go all the way back. It was... God, man, how much have AJ and I texted? Oh, yeah. That's when he was telling me he was going to do the Jim Lampley story. Oh, yeah, see? Any word on cause of death? This is so fucked up. I said, I think I found cause of death. He got sick of having to type in his driver's license number on Pornhub to verify his age. And then I said, this was too soon, and I'm sorry. But I think he would have enjoyed it. And I was like, I would never post this publicly. But I think he would have enjoyed it. He was like, yeah, he would have. Definitely would have posted that the same day. What's he say? I hate when they text. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I do too. Amazon's TD is available for... Oh. Ew. Jared said any word on cause of death. No, I haven't heard. Oh, it was all great except for one. Oh, yeah. I wish I was in a better frame of mind to go. I'll just say that. It was not Not good timing for me. So that's all I'll say. Just not a good time for me to go down and be there. But Donna said complications from his concussion. Oh, shit. Oh, that sucks. That's not good at all. Yeah, that's not good at all. Okay. Let me check my rundown real quick. Hold on. What the fuck? Hold on, guys. I apologize. Lord, I apologize. I always hate when there's a lull like this. I feel like you guys are like, okay, entertain us. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is that bullshit right here. This is that bullshit. This is from AJB. AJB, you still here? Or did you check out? This that bullshit. Aaron J. Bryant sent me this on Instagram. And I was livid when I saw this. I was so goddamn angry. So mad. And there he goes. You know what I'm about to talk about. Aaron J. Bryant sent me this on Instagram. And I saw this bullshit. And I thought, you have got to be shitting me. This might be the dumbest thing I have ever seen in my whole stupid ass life. I'm not even lying. Like, what are we doing? What is this bullshit? Bro, they have gone out. They have really gone out and made Whataburger Air Jordans. This is the most Chicago bullshit I have ever seen. They went out. First of all, if you don't know, Whataburger got sold to a company out of Chicago. So Chicago bought a Texas institution. A Texas, just a Texas staple. This was Texas, baby. Mark, hey, watch your damn mouth about Chicago. I don't give a fuck. I'm not dogging Chicago, but what I'm saying is don't Chicago up my Whataburger with this bullshit ass Michael. These are Jordans, bro. I don't want to see no damn Whataburger Jordans. Are you shitting me? Bro, I love wearing Jordans, okay? I got several pairs of Jordans. I love eating Whataburger. This is the dumbest shit I have ever seen in my whole life. This is the dumbest thing I have ever seen in my whole life. I would never look at that. Now, if you just want to talk colorway, okay, yeah, maybe rock these on Halloween. Sure. Get your little orange and black. Okay. That's great. This is stupid, though. Bro, what? It's got the stickers in the insoles? Are you shitting me? This is the dumbest I mean, look at that. Why would you wear this as a grown ass adult? Why would you wear this? Like, and I like this version of CC. Okay, so what size did you get? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not playing. I would never buy something this stupid. Like I just wouldn't do it. This is beyond stupid. Like I'm not even playing. This is dumb. Mark said I'm not into sneakers for fashion anyway, so I agree it's stupid. It's silly. Again, I love Whataburger. If you're gonna do stuff like this, if you're gonna go out of your way to do some collaboration stuff, bro, don't do it with a fast food restaurant. You know what I mean? Like that's just. I do it with stuff that like I wouldn't feel stupid representing. I mean, like, bro, what are we talking about? We're talking about Whataburger. We're talking about Whataburger. We're not talking about the Astros. We're not talking about the Rockets or the Texans. We're not talking about Houston hip hop culture. We're not talking about Houston country and Western music culture. We're not talking about Houston Latin culture. We're talking about Whataburger. Fast food. This is stupid, dog. This is just dumb. This is just crazy. Told I said, get the black version. Spicy ketchup. Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. I don't know. It's just wild to me, bro. What? I would never. Aaron said they're trying to make the world fall in love with Whataburger. Bro, what? Could you imagine putting some McDonald's on these? Some Burger King? Some Burger King Jordans? What? Come on. Aaron said, are we sure this was made by a fan of Whataburger and not the actual company? I have no idea, bro. I don't know. I just saw this and got angry. That's all I know. I saw this. I got more mad about this than the stupid ass Eclipse. Aaron sent this to me. I was like, hell no. Hell no. Double Rod said McDonald's did Crocs. I mean, I'd rather wear some McDonald's Crocs. You know why? Well, one, I ain't paying 130 or 40 or 50K for some Crocs. And second of all, when I wear Crocs, it's going to be in the yard or to Walmart or to run and go get some Whataburger. But if I'm spending that much money on some shoes, I'm wearing them to places that matter. And I'm sorry, but I'm not wearing no damn Whataburger Jordans to anywhere that matter. I just wore this number. These are what, the 3s? I just wore these on TV the other day. Bro, I'm not rocking no Whataburger Jordans on the Isaiah Factor. You know how stupid I would look? Oh, you got them hamburger soles? What? Tony said, imagine you get jumped and they take your Air Whataburgers. And you can't even fight back because you got high cholesterol. Because you love Whataburgers so much. You can't even fight back because you got grease in your arteries. Eamon said, did McDonald's collaborate with Jordan Brand? I don't know. Did they? That wouldn't surprise me. I would not be surprised. When I saw that, I was just like, why? And it just made me like, I had flashbacks of that Chicago company buying Whataburger. And I was like, see, the original Whataburger people would never do this. Now, don't get me wrong. There has been Whataburger merch that I would buy. I've had a Whataburger shirt. There's been other Whataburger merchandise that I would buy and wear. But not no damn Jordans. Not no damn Jordans. Crazy. Titan Hugo said Blair Henley has been called up and has replaced Fromber as a starter tonight. Now, what's wrong with Fromber? Have you guys heard about this, man? There's been a ton of elbow injuries. Ton of elbow. Double Ross said I have a Whataburger Yeti. That's not so bad. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind a Whataburger Yeti. I wouldn't mind that at all. That wouldn't bother me a bit. That'd be pretty cool. Let's go look at Whataburger's website. Let's go see what they got. I don't know if I can get over just the fact that they're Chicago based now. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels kind of like a fraud. But, is Brown having a presser right now? Oh, is that on their Twitter maybe? Oh, I can't pump the audio in. Shit. PB Dub said Whataburger's gone downhill bad. Yeah, because they don't give a shit. Oh, look at little Uzi got the time lapse of the darkness. Okay, Steven. Huh. It's pretty crazy. It was 21 seconds of darkness. What the frick? Oh, yeah, we're looking at Whataburger. I got distracted. That's my bad. Lord, I apologize. All right, here we go. Stories. Community. Whata Store. Here we go. The Whata Store. What the frick? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Featured collabs. Vineyard Vines. Couldn't be more overpriced. Chubbies. I bought one pair of those and realized it was a waste. James Avery. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, we got some Whataburger crock accessories. Oh, get this look. Okay. Howdy, cowboy. Texas Burger Pearl Snap. Some shorts and a hat. Yeah, well, where's all the other clothes? Oh, there we go. Apparel. Okay, is this all just... What are we doing? What are we doing? There we go. Men's. Collabs. Let's see. Oh, damn. They got a bunch of collaborations, huh? I saw Igloo. Oh, look. What is this? Blue and white. Okay. Tumbleweed. Yeah, they got a bunch of shit. I got an Igloo. What is that? That's an Igloo can cooler. James Avery. All right. Well, there it goes. There's a Yeti tumbler. All right. How much is that? That's $45.99. Left elbow discomfort. Wow. There has been a rash, and I mean a rash, of injuries of elbow injuries in Major League Baseball. Tons of elbow injuries. There was an article that came out about it, and it's like, what's going on? And the players union is like blaming Major League Baseball, and baseball is saying, hey, it's not our fault. Players union is trying to blame like the pitch clock and pitchers being rushed. When you look at some of the names that are out because of arm injuries and elbow injuries and whatnot, it's pretty crazy. Some of the best pitchers in baseball. It's crazy. So Yeah, it usually starts with elbow discomfort, and then before you know it, it's Tommy John surgery. Yeah, Titan Hugo says, seems like pitcher injuries have been more frequent since the time clock on pitchers have been put in place. Yeah, and that's exactly what they were talking about on ESPN. Let me see if I can find you the article that I was talking about, Titan Hugo. Let me see. Bieber emotional discussing his season-ending injury. Marlins finally get their first win. Verlander gave up 6 runs and struck out 6 in his first rehab start. Pitching injuries are out of control. There you go. So this was a Jeff Passan article. Boo! Jeff Passan, suck it. Strider from Atlanta and Bieber from Cleveland. Yeah, and Fromber now. Yep. $45.99. Does it come with a year of free refills? Right? That would be dope, though. That would be dope. Here's the article. But it says it's also ugly every day. It seems a new one's going down. Yeah, Yuri Perez, Shane Bieber, Spencer Strider. I mean, those are 3 of the biggest young names in baseball right now. Some of the best young arms in baseball. It says the elbow crisis has been building for decades. This is not a bad stretch of luck. It's an existential problem. Strider, who might need a second Tommy John surgery at 25. List of players already recovering from algebra reconstruction include Shohei Ohtani, Cy Young winners Jacob DeGrom, Alcantara, Robbie Ray, Shane McClanahan, Walker Buehler, Lucas Giolito. And remember, man, some of these names that you're seeing or hearing me read, bro, at the time, these guys were at the top of their game. It says it goes on and on. Here goes, which made the dueling statements from MLB and MLB Players Association on Saturday disappointing. The union statement focused on the pitch clock implemented in 2023 and the 2-second reduction with runners on base. It did not mention the sport's drastic increase in pitch velocity or the constant maximum effort approach pitchers take or the extreme emphasis on spin or the proliferation of year-round baseball or any number of other possible contributing factors. Or the fact that, I don't know, maybe kids are starting to throw curveballs at 12, 13, 14 years old. It says the league's unwillingness thus far to acknowledge or study the effects of these profound changes is an unprecedented threat to our game. I mean, really everybody's at fault here. I kind of don't know how baseball can be blamed for it. It said MLB's response didn't help. It discussed velocity and spin and trumpeted the league's effort to combat elbow injuries through a research study. But in trying to defend the pitch clock, one of the defining accomplishments of Rob Manfred's tenure, the league cited a study from Johns Hopkins that found no evidence to support the introduction of the pitch clock has increased injuries. But I mean, it's obvious that there is a problem. It's obvious. It says pitchers know the injury data. They've seen the Tommy John numbers surging. It all coincides with baseball's pitching design era. Trackman and Rapsodo machines that gauge spin characteristics and super slow motion cameras that capture grips and releases. And that's what I think a lot of it is, man. When you see some of these slow motion, man, if you look at some of the torque and some of the ways, like these arm angles, dude, it's crazy. Some of the stress that you see on the arms and the elbows of some of these pitchers. And it's a wonder. You're like, oh my God, how can these dudes fade this? So, I don't know. It says when a sport has evolved to the point where half of its participants are encouraged to compete in a way deeply detrimental to their short-term and in many cases long-term health, there's no room for politicking. I mean, I would agree with that. They got to get it figured out. But they're losing. They're just dropping like flies. They're losing stars left and right. So, who knows? Who knows? Well, we'll find out. We shall find out. But the good thing that the Astros didn't go out and get another ace. That's a good thing, right? All right. That's a Monday in the books. Enjoy the tournament tonight. Shout out to my dog, my dude Bash, for the big old raid. Appreciate you sharing your community with me, Bash. He had to go get a Big Mac. He didn't hang out with us, but that's cool. All good, homie. Much love. Appreciate you, Bash. Thanks to my guy, AJ Hoffman, for popping in at 3 o'clock, giving us his thoughts on the National Championship, the Final Four, the women's tournament, John Calipari moving to Arkansas, and all that great insight from him. Also, thank you to Jenny, his mom, for helping us solve the riddle of conjoined twins and marriage and sex. Thank you to you guys for hanging out with me all day. As always, I appreciate you guys being here and putting up with this nonsense and tomfoolery. Doesn't happen without you, folks. Otherwise, it's just me looking like a crazy person talking to myself over the internet. Hey, tomorrow, got a special guest going to join me in the 4 o'clock hour. You don't want to miss it. He is a stand-up comedian and he is a former professional bull rider. You don't want to miss this. His story is magnificent and amazing, and it's going to be a fantastic interview. Do not miss it. Nick Morrison's going to join me in the 4 o'clock hour tomorrow. You're going to want to, I promise you, you're going to want to hear his story. It's amazing. So he's going to be here at 4 o'clock. Started riding bulls at like 9 years old, I think. He was pro by 14, I believe. It's crazy. Don't miss this story, though. Don't miss his interview. It's going to be fantastic. He'll be here from 4 to 5 tomorrow. And we'll talk Natty and everything else. Hey, appreciate you, Alec. Yes, I got you. We're going to raid your betting news. You got it, bud. I'm all about it, famo. All right. Thank you for the resubs, the bits, and everything else. Thanks for hanging out with me. Actually, it's called betting news. Got you, fam. Betting news it is. Control C. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, do me 3 favors. Be safe, be kind, and most importantly, love each other. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Here we go. Raid's about to start. Y'all be good to them. Give them a follow. Say hi. Represent the Barry on Deck community well. And be handing. I know you always say the raids don't work. Hang in there. You have to hit raid. Like, you have to say, yes, I want to join the raid. If you don't do that when you're watching, like, you won't be a part of the raid. So I think you actually have to say, join the raid. Bye. Daddy's making a YouTube.